third or fourth year into
We're trapped.
into the relationship.
We're trapped.
I was tired. I was like, how will I break out of
Sorry,
this?
you're scared of what? How will I break out?
It was toxic.
No, what is killing me? How will I break out?
How will I break out of this
I was
relationship?
planning his escape.
At some point, I now started
from
praying.
Agatha.
And I started praying that God should kill one of us. But then kill the person who is older than me. Of course, because she has seen 6 years before me, so she should die.
Are you into big boom?
Keep telling people you have anxiety issues. It's a lie. You are just wicked and mad.
Look, you've done BBL and we're all happy for you. Carry your new bum and go outside.
This is the podcast for you.
I'm not poor. Are you sure? It's because they are vaping. Now everybody's marrying on time.
At your big age.
Wait now.
Do you know that I don't have clean pants to wear tomorrow?
I said what I said. The Unsolicited Opinions podcast starts now.
Please, this is a public place.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joel Moses Babatunde, Oga HR. And I'm here on I Said What I Said. And today we had a very beautiful conversation on naughty childhood, down to a lot of people's dilemmas and a fun conversation, basically.
Don't mind him.
Don't mind
pretending
him.
he's calm. And this man has fought a monkey.
When you hear all the stories, you will.
I promise I'm a changed man.
Yes, he is. We had a great
guy
time.
now.
Yes. Up Joel, down Agatha.
Yeah.
Yes, down Agatha. Agatha, if you're
Agatha
watching this.
must crumble.
Agatha, if you're watching this. You witch.
I'm on the water, don't worry.
All right, guys, enjoy.
Bye.
All right, thank you.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello all.
How are you all? I hope you're well or whatever.
Why are you already happy?
We have a guest.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, please. My name is Joel Moses Babatunde, JMB. On the streets of my professional work, they call me Oga HR. So I'm that guy companies call, small companies, startups call when they're tired of doing HR in the wrong way, basically. So apart from that, I do a couple businesses, and most importantly, I'm a very sane person. I'm not possessed.
All right, how was your weekend? What did you get up to?
My weekend was great. I was partly in Owerri.
Okay.
So yeah, partly in Owerri because one of my clients over there was, trying to fire everybody, and we had to go on. Yeah. Oh, it's usually the case from like Q1 into Q2. A lot of people want to. Yes, people are. Founders and owners of businesses are very serious. They want to fire everybody. They want to reevaluate.
So you had to go. Do you often have to go physically?
Yeah, most times, yes. I have to go physically. Wow. So I was there and everything is fine now.
Do you have like a big team or a small team? And do you guys go together?
No, I go alone.
Okay.
Go alone, yes. Team of 5. So,
okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's a lovely one.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do this weekend?
I played.
Yeah.
As I always do.
I
played a lot this weekend, actually. On Friday was Sayo's wedding. Yeah. It was fantastic.
It was such a time.
It was so much fun. Congratulations to Fisayo and Falabi.
It was a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
We were at the wedding. They had a merch store.
Okay, yeah.
And so you had these scratch cards. So when you got your access, your tags or whatever, how they give you tags for the reception or the after party. Mm-hmm. Then you got these cards that you had to scratch, and the bride owns Kai Collective, a brand. So you would scratch it, and then in the merch store you see what you want. Come and see politics, serious politics and serious negotiations going on.
Oh wow.
To get the difference, because obviously there are things that were like caps, which
but it was all you can't get anything there from the store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was like custom for the wedding. No, but it was really, really stunning. I think it was one of the more aesthetically pleasing weddings I've been to. It was so lovely.
Shout out to Guzi Coca Collective.
Everything just like the decor was beautiful. The decor was stunning.
And the thing is, it wasn't complex. So I was looking at it and I was like, nothing here.
It was fabric.
It was fabric and like
tassels.
French tassels. So nothing there was oh, I've never seen this before. But the way they had put it together
and the colors,
choices they made with color.
I just think, but it was one of those things where
so
almost
beautiful.
everybody took pictures like of the decor.
Yeah.
So that it was really,
It was
that's how you know
really,
that.
really
Okay,
nice.
all of us just kept being like, wow, this is a
It's
wonderful
really, really
looking
nice.
hall.
Yeah. I loved her second outfit. Third.
The orange one.
Is it orange?
Which one?
Yes, the orange one.
I thought the orange one was
The
phenomenal.
orange one was really, really nice. I enjoyed it. I loved the gele.
Yeah. I thought she
my
looked,
kind of-
their looks were fantastic. And the party was so much fun.
Yeah, I just want to say, if you're looking for DJs and you message Tobad or Dope Caesar,
honestly,
if they tell you that you have to sell your grandfather, just do it.
See, for me now, I've decided, like, there's a couple of things that are the fact. What are the facts? If I want to get married now, today, and bed is busy, it can't work. Now I've added to my list, if I want to get married, Dope Caesar is busy. It can't work.
Yeah.
So we all have to actually come together.
She's fantastic.
And I think because one made her go like super viral at her transitions.
Oh, yes.
So you don't see the full set.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, because I've been to a party where a DJ who's really good at transitions was at the party, but they don't read
They're not looking at the crowd.
the audience well.
Yes.
So the transitions are mad, but the actual, I don't know, the party it's not really going like, it's just like, okay, let me see what they'll do with this song. But you're not actually having a great time at the party. But she's very good at both. It was, it was clear like, she wasn't like, oh, let me impress these people.
No, she was
like,
just
these are
playing
bad.
for... Exactly. You know, it was so... I mean, they both... I think Tobad went first and then
yes,
they were...
and then her, and then him. And
It
then
was
her.
honestly a fan. You know, you don't think about how much DJ can break the party onto you're in a place where all of you want to beg the DJ or beat them. That guy, please.
Yeah.
You know, it was phenomenal stuff.
I love Dope so much. She's going to play at my event after party. She's going to play at my event after party. So like sometime in August.
Oh, nice.
She's great.
Yeah.
No, she's fantastic.
She's really,
it was a really, really fun.
And very chill.
I deeply enjoyed it. It was a really, really fun time.
Nice. You guys had fun. I mean,
yeah, and like the looks, everybody came on their absolute best.
Oh yeah. Even the moms,
Bro, I
and
saw
the aunties.
Asheri things I've never seen before. It was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Yeah. It was so cute when I went to drop something off in the car and I was coming back and somebody just held me. She was like, last one, and it was an older man. So I was like, oh, good afternoon, man. I knelt down. She said no. And she took me to her table. She was like, do people know her podcast? I listened to her. It was so cute. They were all
I think if she was wearing like, did she tell you that she has same birthday as you?
Yes.
That's the woman that I met.
Yes.
And my friends in True.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were, and then so there was a group of them. And Berna's mom was there. So they were she was like, oh no, I've been on the podcast before. It was really, really cute.
So
it was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was very funny because they were like, I hope you don't think we're biased. I was like, no, we love having mummies and aunties listening to the podcast. That was really, really fun. And then Fisayo's mom's friends are so rowdy.
Bro,
I love them.
they're so fun.
much.
I saw that as we were all like going to the after party, obviously all the young people, there was a runway because there was a fashion show like during the reception. All of them had gotten on it. They were dancing.
And shouting.
They didn't even send outside. They didn't send outside at all.
I think I'm really enjoying seeing people I like seeing people enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it was clear like they were also having like it wasn't like, oh, my friend's daughter is getting married, let me just go. It's like they went to party with their friends.
Yeah.
And it was obvious like they were having a rollicking. Yeah, you know when it's like, okay, if you like, don't
anything on to do.
As for me,
I'm going to have fun.
yeah, it was really,
that's really cool.
It was
That's
really,
cool.
really cool. It was a great,
It's cool,
great time.
stuff.
And then AG performed as a surprise after, which was really nice.
It was really nice.
It was very
I
nice.
love their reaction as well because they're genuinely in shock.
Surprise.
Yes. It was just a great party.
It was a lovely one. I can't lie.
I do want to mention something that I find really interesting. When like a party or a wedding goes viral, I don't know what it is with Nigerians and the automatic comparison thing. Like this,
They start mentioning other people's events.
Yes, and
it's
then,
so weird because I'm like,
it's
guys,
never
let's just
in a-
enjoy it now.
Yeah, and it's always in a slightly condescending way at
Yes.
best.
Mhm.
Some people are outright rude, but I've never understood your innate reaction being, I
to
prefer
compare.
this one
Exactly.
to that one, and then you're talking condescendingly about other people's outfits, and it was just, I was seeing things like this is not a normal way to.
Even some of the compliments are even
information.
Very
backhanded.
backhanded, weird compliments,
really,
and
really funny.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to
people.
compliment someone and then they're saying on like you people's fave, and I'm
you
like,
know,
guys, please.
Once you do that,
It's
can
so
you just-
ras.
Like, who
It's
cares?
actually very ras.
Who cares? Like,
It's
we're here now.
It is very,
Does he always
very
do that?
ras. It's
Yeah.
very, very ras.
I
And then
totally
how
agree with you.
my favorite is now that almost all the social media platforms pay people just because they want to get paid off
Yeah,
on social
people are
media. They're just
losing it.
talking.
Mhm.
They're just saying rubbish.
Mhm.
So I'm seeing threads what we can learn from in the individual style of Kai Collective founder at wedding. And I'm like, is everybody knocked? You know, I saw one that did a whole thread on
Content
how
creation.
Beading and lace go to the back, damask is back. I said, guys, are we knocked? Like, are we insane? Oh, I didn't see any stupid corset. There were lots of
There were
corsets.
so many
Like,
corsets,
guys,
bro. Just calm down.
calm down and
The
just
thing
stop.
was that they were different, but
You're
they're
allowed to.
always different styles. It's just that this one was quite pronounced because that was kind of the theme. Like, do your worst.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
That was the team.
Yeah.
the thing she actually put in
It
the
was
invite.
Ojide, but she was like, don't try it. If you want, try and outshine the bride. Go
She
for
was
it.
like,
Go.
that's what she actually
Like, go-
wants. Like,
like,
go as
do your
be as
worst.
over the top
Yeah.
and as because she's a maxim, like as vibrant, as crazy, as excited as you want to be. She told her bridesmaids to change for the after party. She was like, you guys were here to have a time. And it was, but I started seeing stuff that just was very confusing. I was like,
That's
Nigerians
right.
and our and our need to compare
all
and
the
be.
time.
It
It's
was
really sad.
I'm just
very
like, listen,
odd.
guys, this is a great time. Other
Sad.
people also had their own
And it was
wedding.
fantastic.
Everybody, and at the time, the last person when it came out, you were enjoying it. All of a sudden, you're not enjoying it again.
Again, you're now
Yeah.
comparing it to another one.
Yeah, so
and
it's
then
it's weird
just a
stuff.
vicious cycle. Just keep
Yeah.
going like that.
But you know what I would say is that I am now kind of seeing, and my sister says this thing all the time, that like, it's because there is a dearth of individual style weddings that whenever you see a couple that does something that is very much like in their own style of themselves, that is slightly different from everybody else, it just seems, oh wow, Kiniko. But I'm like, it's just because there has become almost a cookie cutter like
But I don't believe that
templates.
I don't believe
Do you
that.
know?
I think well, it's like well, a lot of people are more delusional than most. There's a reason why there are styles. My mom's wedding dress and your mom's wedding dress were very similar for a reason. Like for the most part, very few people have distinct individual style.
style.
And it's not bad. It's only when like events became super commercialized for public viewing.
public viewing.
That we've
and all
turned into a
that.
bad thing.
Yeah.
Most people actually just want to look nice.
Yeah.
I don't think this is anything negative about you that you don't have distinct. If not, like what would Zara and H&M and Co do? There's a reason why there's like a style of the time and a style of the day. It's fine to like what I don't like is people feeling bad like they have to go, and that's why people are under pressure now. They feel like they have to go above and beyond for every single thing. This is how I want to look.
It is the viewing.
I want to appear.
It's the viewing of and it's not even about you or what you like.
Yes.
Because I would say for the most part, people who have chosen what they're wearing are happy with what they're wearing. It is now you're putting so many decisions on what you want to do in how it looks to other people.
And what other people will
and
say.
like how it looks publicly. And I'm like, you guys, the truth is most of us are not famous.
And it doesn't, and most of us don't
Nobody
even
cares.
have.
Nobody,
pay attention
the average
that
person,
much.
nobody actually cares
Exactly.
about you.
Nobody really cares.
I
That's the
don't want
funny
to lie
thing.
to you. Nobody
Nobody
even
cares. Nobody
We can't
cares,
even
really.
say remember.
After my Instagram story that all of us posted that we were there, nobody wants to
gives a
see that thing.
hoot. Nobody cares again.
Yes.
Like my mom was like Princess Diana's wedding dress. Everybody wanted to like that would become the thing. Imagine if the regular civilians started saying, I want to be unique. I'm not like Princess Diana. I want to look my own way. I like the thing. It looks nice. I'm copying it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I found it so interesting that there was this disdain for people, individual. How many people have individual style? Like, I don't grab. It was so confusing to me. She's a literal fashion designer. It's what she wears and what she likes that she designs, and then other people now wear. If all of us now say we have individual style, we buy their clothes.
No, that's not even what I mean. I mean on the other end of like, a lot of people are under pressure to do this or, big event, blah, blah, blah thing because I'm like, but if that's not you, don't do it now.
Yeah.
Like, who's dragging this with you? Do your own. That's not who you are. Just relax. Do your own. It will be okay.
I think
you also enjoy it.
But everybody wants to be wedding attention. The amount of attention people get around their weddings is
it's now a lot actually.
It's not just a lot, but I imagine it feels really good.
Yeah.
For a lot of people to just be like, wow, how is everything going? What do you want? Are you okay? I think we should do this. Let's go and do this together. And if you get carried away, you want to extend it, I don't think we should judge people as harshly for it anymore. Because I was thinking, around weddings, people are fucking rock stars. They don't get the attention at any other time from so many people. They are literal rock stars. You are a regular baby, work in a bank. Your wedding day, there are 8 photographers, 2 videographers. Everybody's coming to meet you. Are you okay? You have stylists, you have planner, you have makeup artists, you have bodyguard.
And
you have
look really nice or do have some kind of photo shoot that people really like.
Yeah, in magazines.
All of a sudden, everybody is posting you. Everybody knows you, and for that, minutes. Nobody can tell.
So sometimes I don't judge people as harshly anymore for really wanting that feeling, because literally Sunday tomorrow morning, oh wow,
everybody has.
It's long for you.
It's so funny because I saw yesterday. I think because our last name is Lucas. He did some intro shoots. I don't know if you saw this couple. They were in white.
I loved it.
Stunning. Oh, I loved it. And I just thought to myself,
that was white.
I just thought to myself, I don't know these people.
Yes.
I said, you know what is funny? I don't know these people. I've commented on this post because they look lovely. But I just think to myself, and then all of a sudden I started seeing it on pages that maybe post wedding looks. And I just thought, just imagine waking up and you're like, oh, what's happening here?
I can't tell you, the number of places I saw Auntie Bisola, I said, like Sayo's mom,
I said, wow. Thinking, and I just imagine the couple just thinking, sorry, what's going on?
I think we need to be more honest about how that must feel for people and why other people want that as well. That attention is
a drug.
Sai has $1 million business. Yeah. This is the most attention he has gotten.
You see?
Incredibly successful business, and yet he's waiting.
So many viral looks.
We have to be very, very honest about how Femi Otedola is a billionaire. It was his daughter's wedding. Things were just moving. So let's be honest. Let's stop lying. Oh, why do people want to? Why do people want to? Why do people want to?
You know why people want to. Because it's a huge platform.
Yeah.
If your wedding is popular, it is very much a platform. This is the reality of the time.
Of the times we're in, yeah.
And you can see people gaming that system to be like, you know what? There's a way you'll do things and then it'll happen naturally. But it's like, no, this one I'll manufacture my own. And honestly, I cannot blame them because thank you so much. Especially if you're, for example, somebody who is already, I don't know, in an online space or something. My day is all part of it.
Yeah.
It's all part of it. Yeah. Now people are interested in you all of a sudden, and I just think Nigerians, we love wedding, we love anything.
And it's not new.
Couples. It's not today. Before city people.
Before social media, there were huge society weddings. People would block streets.
Yeah.
Like people that you don't know will become celebrities.
Your wedding with random guests.
Yes.
All of you will be innovation. They have misspelled people's name. Yeah. This one, that one. So it's nothing. It's what it is.
It has been. I love this. And then what else happened this weekend? My episode with Semi-san.
That was really good. I watched that. That was actually really good.
It came out on Saturday or Sunday.
You know what? Can I just tell you what? Can I tell you what was killing me? And I was like, you guys, there's no way we've been doing this podcast for 8 years. People were like, wow, Chola is so insightful. I said, now, wow. We've only been on this pod talking for 2 hours every week. I haven't seen you people saying, whoa, wow. All of a sudden, I was like, is everybody crazy?
Yeah, my aunt that lives abroad messaged me. She was like, her own friend sent it to her and was like, I've listened to the podcast for years. I didn't know Chola can be serious for 2 hours. I was like,
what do you mean?
I promise you, everybody mind. I was like, sorry, is everybody okay?
Does everybody mind? Even one of my friends was like, her husband he was irritating her, but she didn't want to say anything because he would pause and say, do you hear that? She said, I heard it. She's like, we're actually here together and actually heard it. But yeah, that was fun. And what's so funny is Timisan and I are
never serious.
No, you didn't understand. We are never, maybe like if we are hanging out within a 1 hour conversation, maybe 10 minutes would be serious. Timisan and I love to key. We're always laughing, screaming, squealing, saying nonsense. So it was very... I thought I was going there to play. It was very, very shocking to me. But that was a lot of fun.
But it was really insightful.
Please, I hate that word so much.
No, but then it is.
Insightful is what people say when a sermon is great.
Or when they thought you were a clown before.
No, not that. No. I mean, I've always heard that talk, especially for you, right? I've always made tweets about Jola. Jola is very...
Oh, how nice.
Yes. You can go and check my timeline.
Maybe you come and help us do free HR.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all.
Thanks. That's very cool.
Yeah.
But that was fun. Then what else did we do? We hung... Again, jobless bunch.
We hung out on
Sunday. We were playing. Penry Carl sent us some drinks, which is nice.
And then
really having fun.
She sent us Zobo. Look, our Sunday crew is moving up in the world. Let me just tell you. We're now receiving...
Do you have assistants? I could just be one.
So it was fun.
The things that are going on there, if an assistant comes, they'll be annoyed because when you get there, you discover that there's
nothing happening there. Nothing.
There's a group of grown people.
But you're just having fun.
Yeah,
grown people just playing.
Just playing. That's the only way to explain it. Just playing.
It's so silly.
Playing and having
because
a blast.
Sometimes my friends will just pause and ask me, what do you do for fun? And it's one of the hardest questions for me to answer. Yes.
Is it because of work?
Honestly, don't know. I don't know.
Are you like always on? Like you're always like working kind of?
Yeah, sort of. Always working, and I want to stop that nonsense. I want to...
You need to get that group of unserious people for playing.
Yeah. There was a time I started dancing salsa.
Sorry?
Okay, salsa. I thought you don't even know where I thought you were going.
I promise you, the next thing in my mind, I just imagine you just...
No, but you know now. Not even,
you just do all this break dancing.
Those guys that dance for activation.
No. But anyways, I've done that too.
That they'll give them one costume.
Activation dance.
Yes.
Oh, yes, normal now.
What do you mean normal? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not normal.
Absolutely. You can't come here and say, oh, normal.
No, normal.
You used to be on that trailer.
Not even trailer, like on the ground now. We stop somewhere.
I love those ones that are on that, as in raised truck. They're not put them. They're not sharing the drinks.
Yeah, there's what we call baby. But the heat will almost kill you. You wear costumes. You know those...
Sorry, what costume have you worn?
Bunny and Friends.
Please tell me that you're not one of those, as in poverty-stricken looking bunnies that the color has faded.
My own bunny is actually very healthy.
Because most bunnies in Nigeria, they're skinny. They've lost
bunny. We need to put...
They're on Ozempic.
Those are the costumes I've gotten.
Do those ones pay more?
Yeah, but because they are for the
foreign crowd. No, yeah.
They're for the Ikoyi crowd and all of that, right? But
that's
so sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to ask a question because I always think about things like this. Mm-hmm. Like the other day, I was saying that people who wear all those gorilla costumes at parties, that's also career.
Oh yeah.
When everybody's saying, "Oh, how was work?" They are also in a career path,
of course.
And so they will go home. That's somebody's serious boyfriend. Yeah, and then you go home to his babe, in hospitality. To ask him, "Oh, how was work?"
Yeah, in hospitality industry.
My costume was
I just remember at Wiki's wedding there was a pharaoh.
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys are in hospitality industry.
It's also a career path where you tell your parents,
making people have fun.
I was at work. So when you're in the costume, like what is in your mind?
I mean, so it depends on the crowd, right? It also depends on the...
Yeah.
For you just want to have fun, right? You're just having fun. You're dancing, vibing to the music. But for kids, if you're in a kiddies party or something, you are doing it to impress kids.
Right.
And they must find you funny. They must laugh. They must be happy. If not,
your balance is not sure.
You have issues. But normal parties,
you
know, adult parties and all of that. I mean, you don't even care about any other person. You're just having fun. And these days, the last one I saw, I mean, I don't do it anymore. So the last one I saw that it's now very cool because they now have like a fan inside
Inside,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, in my days, no fan.
I think they wear that. I saw someone, they wear that neck fan inside.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
neck fan.
So you
There's even
cool.
one by the side, so it's
Oh, really?
supplying air the end.
Oh, I didn't realize.
My days
I saw
you
a guy
sweat.
that took the thing off and he was like, he wears a neck fan. And people
Oh.
always ask, but
No,
he
please.
wears.
We don't wear anything then. You'd have to go somewhere, take off the because nobody
And
must
people
also
used to
know.
catch them. It used to be so funny. You just see in the corner,
Of course,
Red
corner,
Ranger has
yeah.
removed his
Yes,
mask.
now you're trying to eat or trying to
Yes,
drink
oh.
something to get energy.
Well,
and all.
that's true. You can't
Yeah,
eat
you
all
You
can't
the
can't
do
do,
much.
of course. You have to go and hide. You know,
That's
and
crazy.
That is so funny.
Life is just
How
so
old were you at the
dynamic.
time you were doing this?
I mean, I was in school.
Okay,
I was
okay, fair.
I was in uni.
Does
Okay.
it pay
So
well?
no, please. It doesn't.
So I
3,000,
I have to ask why you were-
5,000.
why
You needed that 3,000 and 5,000. That's what you
3,000,
needed.
5,000 naira was a lot of money.
You
So
can
if
eat
you
for a
think
week.
about it, to be dancing about
yeah.
and nobody can see is you.
That's the thing.
Fair.
It's cool way to make money. And it was my roommates that introduced me to it. Though. She called me. She called me. You know, one day she called me and was just like, Now he goes out and he does this thing called baby. I was like, baby? And then I was like, put me on now.
so somehow.
That's how
Oh,
we
you
went.
call it baby.
So the first time I saw it ever, I escorted him
Yeah.
to see how, just like internship, you know, to see how the whole thing. And I was like, this is cool now.
I have
This
a
is just for me
question.
to
Are
vibe.
there like cooler characters? Like some characters everybody wants to be in that costume? Or not really?
No, not really. Not really.
That's so
it depends on.
interesting.
It also depends on because most of those costumes are provided by the decorating company
Yeah.
in charge of the
Yeah.
party. So it's up to what they have. If they
Okay,
don't have
fair
as
enough.
much costumes,
Yeah.
The thing I love, and it's such an abaya thing, is parents, because they just want to have a nice party for their kid, they say, oh, bring clowns. Then you see the 2-year-old catch side and
Screaming.
start screaming and crying. And then one will be like, no, it's your friend. Oh yeah, come and greet, it's your friend. That's the clown, the poor clown now be doing like this.
of course,
My
you have to
friend
impress
got
the
like a
child.
big Easter bunny for the kids in the house over Easter. Man, come and see them screaming and crying. My mom said, this is how you should focus on Jesus Christ.
Easter bunny, call.
What the hell is this?
I mean,
Easter
doesn't-
bunny, call.
doesn't make any sense.
I
those
know.
kids were just like,
Bunny
who
and
the
egg.
hell is this?
No, they don't
Why
like
is it so
too.
big?
They don't like, especially
no,
the ones
they
that
don't
look
like
scary.
that
So
at
there
all.
are some, the ones that are recognizable, they like, but the ones that are,
Like all these random characters, like the gorilla. Oh, it's very scary.
Oh, yeah, very
I have to
scary.
be honest, there's some of those gorillas that even for me, there's like a panda, I'm not a fan. It's hairy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a fan at all.
I wonder what their own HR practices are. In the company, how they decide on how they are going to behave.
Like, is it like don't hug guests or like you just wonder? Because
or do they
people
give
always
lots of
try.
rules?
People always try and
What
touch
rules?
it.
Like
Like-
before you go for the party, do they like tell you guys, oh, don't eat or don't?
No, you have to eat now. You have to eat to get more energy.
Yeah, a masked
But
individual.
there are certain things you won't do. So you won't eat where other people will see you. So you have to go and hide to eat. And you can only eat during your breaks. There are breaks
Right.
in between. You know, and some of those parties are like for 6, 7, 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to be there before the party even starts.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll be behind, and then when is your time to come out to shine? they call you out.
So
you know.
did you like then post like, oh, I don't
No,
actually.
nobody actually knew about this part of me. I don't even know why I shared it today.
Fair enough.
Really. But
No,
I think
fair
there was
enough.
a point where I was sharing all the things I've done
Yeah.
for work, and
That was one of them.
One of
That's
This
them.
so
reminds me of when
interesting.
AG told us that he was part of a rented crowd.
Yes.
He was telling us that they told him that he will attend concert for free. He said, "Cross, if you'll be there, that they'll say that when they're coming on the red carpet, you'll be there."
No, but that's another.
Shouting.
Well, okay.
You'll be there shouting. They say it's not like now that people just want to go, but that time they used to pay. And you
Oh
go
yes, now
in
they
the
used
parts.
to pay now.
That's crazy.
They used to pay. They will come to Unilag and then bring coaster buses, take people
You
to.
know what I think will be
to the
an
island.
interesting, all of these rented crowd. The most interesting one is wailers.
And people that
They hire to wail at funerals.
It's a professional
I think it's a
part.
crazy job.
Yeah.
It's a great job if you ask
It's a
me.
professional
Because
part.
I'm like, what do you mean your job is
It's just to wail.
be that crying?
To cry.
Yeah.
And you don't know the person.
I will
you
never
people will
forget
just
how.
gather.
I know that
And
they
they
are.
feed them well.
I know that they are multi-purpose because those same people, if somebody owes you money, they can go
Yeah, and scream.
and be following the person around. Because of the time that John and I did some work and the person owed us money, and I shit you not, John was like, "Should we send?" And I thought like it was I was like, "How much is the money? How much do we have to pay them?" I was like, "No, 40K, they can do it for us." And that the whole thing is just add transport so that they follow and you just tell the person.
Yeah.
It's usually
They'll go complete and they'll be crying at the gate that this person doesn't want to pay their child money. Where is my daughter's money? They'll be screaming and
cheap labor. Before you know, you pay. The person will pay.
that they will pay all that.
It's very effective.
And that it depends. Or sometimes they look, but sometimes they tell them that Mama, you have to look. You can't look okay at all. Look.
I think I should actually start and just connect them to wailing as a service. Was. And connect them to all
you can do an app now and you can choose your wailer.
I'll build it and then do it like an aggregated system.
Yes,
where different
if you want to wail today, you can sign up.
If you are free during
and there are two parts. If you want the happy wailers will be the ones who go to chase your money to come back. But then the sad wailers are the ones that come for your
funerals,
funerals and all.
It sounds great.
This can be really dynamic. I'm thinking about a lot of dilemmas where the man broke their heart. They could have used these wailers as in they send them to him. Just imagine like your ex
don't have
now,
TikTok.
You just send them outside his house.
There are
broke your heart.
tons of TikToks of African American women paying crackheads to chase their ex-boyfriends. I'm telling you, they'll give the crackhead $20. They'll say, "That's my ex nigga." And the crackhead will chase him or follow him singing or dancing around him.
I wish we had that.
This is actually a great use of free will. Like, honestly, wailers should go. Any man that has disgraced you should send wailers to their house. Let them be singing what they've done outside.
No, I won't be ashamed. I will actually send them to someone's house. There's someone I actually have in mind to send those wailers to.
Yeah.
Those crackheads, actually.
I think it's actually very, very, very important.
The other thing I did recently was I saw she's still our lawyer, like Carousel's lawyer. But I saw, because it was this HR practice thing, so I was watching her interview yesterday and into this morning. Her name is Odun Longe. She runs Longe practice. And she was doing an interview where she told them that her and her co-founder, they run the company. And she was talking about how things she's tried to implement in the company that have made a difference. You guys, in August, they close at 2:00 on Fridays. No, they close every day at 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They close every day at 2 in August. And from like, people just share like what they do in their free time in the office. I could not believe it. I said for a year.
Yeah.
People go to the office, they do in-persons. The policy is like twice a month, but as need be, they would like
if you have to come
in office. And I just thought it was really interesting because she's talking about building they're a tech-focused law firm.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was interesting because her name is, maybe it's an Odun thing, she's also small. But I thought it was just, I was listening to the way she was talking about how she approaches like business and work and approaches working with clients and stuff like that. And I just thought it was very, very fascinating. I think we'll send it to some young female lawyers I know.
Yeah.
Because she used to work in private equity, I believe, and was doing free work for her friends that were doing startups at the time. So they just tell her, please, can you help me look at this document? Or I'm going into this meeting. What do you think? And she was very just happy to be involved until somebody now told her they want to put her on retainer. She said they pay.
Of course.
She said they pay. So it was like
you always realize things like that. Like a lot of people are in serendipitous careers where they're like, oh, people are paying for this thing that I do.
Yeah. And she was talking about how exactly what you said, how that now helped, because she was working with tech firms. Working in private equity means investment jargon scare her. So the law part she has down pat, but VC money and VC terms and all that stuff, she wasn't intimidated. She just spoke about how over time the company has grown and how she's comfortable in the fact that you run your company differently. Then she had a conversation with a Kenyan lawyer who was saying the same thing. I just thought it was really, really cool. I'm actually going to try and send it to
It's
super
cool. I mean, people are getting very, very innovative.
Yeah.
With the way they treat.
I think with company culture as well.
I've seen cases where some companies don't go to work. They don't work on Mondays because of how stressful. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So their weekend is extended into Monday.
Okay.
So the weekdays start from Tuesday.
Are people working from home or they're just not working?
They're not working on Mondays.
Wow.
At all. I've seen cases where you work on Mondays, but you don't go into the office on Mondays and Fridays. I've seen. In fact, there was a series I was doing one time where I was going to different companies to talk about their company culture. I don't want to mention names of companies. But I mean, one of them. Mondays and Fridays, they work from home because of Lagos traffic, And then, if you're also coming into work, you have, of course, your company shuttle. That's like the easiest thing. That if you drive a car, there's someone or there are people designated to wash your cars for you.
Oh, wow.
Right there in the office. There's a full, blown gym. Inside the office, so you can either work out before the working hours or after.
I'm not trying to be funny. I was watching a skit before we started. There's one guy that iFitness has suspended indefinitely. Bobby.
As in, he's a trainer.
He's not a trainer. He's a madman. He's a crazy person. Bobby's issue is that he doesn't mind the suspension, but they've taken his 33,000.
And that's what he wants back.
250.
What does he do in iFitness?
His kids. And they told him to please get out of their place. That they said he's a hazardous. The first one he did was 2 people on the treadmill. They warned him. He didn't listen.
Oh my God.
If you see the way this guy was ranting, please, I just want to suggest, I'm not even involved in HR. I want to beg guy, just give that guy his money.
Yeah, just give him
back his money. Let him
go on with that thing.
He was ranting and ranting. He was not putting clips of the skits. I was like, I don't think this is helping your case. So, Bobby, I doubt this is helping your case.
I think the first thing they told him to take down the skits.
The skits. He said no.
That was the first time. Last year.
It's not the first
time. They stopped him again.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bobby and iFitness. And the thing is that they're begging him that don't give people ideas. Like it's actually hazardous.
Don't allow people to do things like this.
He's not concerned. No concerned. I said he's the first person to do skits in the gym. That sometimes he will complain about the dumbbell. He will complain. I said that guy. Like I was I watched it like 4 times this morning. I was cracking up. He's mentioned that 33,250 naira at least 10 times. That's his major gripe.
They should send it back.
They should just give him back his money.
Some of these things, they just send it back to him. Yeah. This is not about your policy that you're whining this boy.
Just allow it go. And it's funnier to me because he speaks my mom's dialect.
Okay.
So that particular Igbo he's speaking is not the regular Igbo.
Yeah. Okay, where is it? What?
Enugu State.
Enugu. Okay. Yes. I love Enugu.
Enugu, their own dialect is very dramatic, and that's why people who understand Enugu dialect to the core would laugh even more than you are laughing, So that's why it's funnier to me.
So funny and so ridiculous. I don't know. I find people like that so funny because the thing is that he's not saying he's right.
He's just saying that you still just give me back my money.
Said the truth is that you should have actually suspended it before you took that money.
Yeah. So they took the money and now suspended it.
Wow.
So he's now saying, okay, no problem. It's
like
fine with the suspension.
I'll go out
Give
and
me
that
back
guy's
my
going
money.
to find another gym to terrorize. It's the truth of the matter. Hello, boys and girls.
Hello, all.
Listen, you're already here.
Exactly.
Look at where you've reached in this episode. You know that you're here and you're not going anywhere. You're going to go to the end. So why not subscribe?
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. The thing is, you know the things to do. Why don't you do them? I don't know. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, I've just seen this. These are all like dilemmas about people.
It's not dilemmas.
People doing nonsense.
It's just stories, but I wanted us to
when they were small.
Regular dilemmas first and then...
People kept tagging me on that post.
Okay, I have an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
This person calls herself Inheritance Daughter in Transit.
Okay.
And she says, "Good evening, Jolly Baby, my president, and any guest. Your last episode about airport palaver and a previous episode from late last year have caused me to write in about a moral dilemma. My dad passed away early last year and he left me and my other 2 siblings with money. The problem is my father was also one of the people you referenced in last week's episode, and I will not even sugarcoat it. That man was a criminal and he didn't make his money in the cleanest of ways. Now, my older brother and his husband have wiped their hands clean and said they want nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, my younger sister and I have literally been looking at this money. It's about $4 million. Keep gaining interest. Coupled with incessant family meetings and my father's siblings are calling based on what they deserve. We just don't know what to do. My elder brother says our consciences will never be clean because of how the money came about. And I kind of agree, but that's not our doing. For context, my sister and I are in Lagos, but our brother is in the US. We just want to hear your opinions.
I mean, listen, it's dicey.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because obviously it's dirty money.
Yep.
So you can't look, and true.
$1 million.
If you are even like just a normal person, your conscience will surely disturb you because you know it's dirty money. Having said that, it's also $4 million. And so here's what it is. Ooh. Regardless of what I would do, I will not blame you if you do it. But like, I fully understand your brother's stance of, guys, money like this surely causes problem in life.
Yeah.
Like that's my own view of things like this is that there's a way things are, I'm like, it's too good to be true. I don't like, and not even that, he has left it for you so you can use it. But it just, honestly, this thing is a question of where your moral line is.
Yes,
if you can use the money and you rest easy, as in nothing will disturb you, you don't care, everything is good, you just feel like, well, he has left it for me, I need to, cool. If you feel like, I'll be, personally, I don't think I can do it.
So but
I will not be happy at all.
Okay, so you're not going to touch the money at all?
No, but what I'm saying is I'll be grumbling for a very long time.
While spending money?
No, without spending the money, I'll just be annoyed. Like there's just going to be a period of my life where I'm just annoyed because that stupid man, instead of going to work like people, you're spending
$4 million is a lot of money.
It is.
It's a whole lot of money.
You know, there's also family
family
as well.
Yes, and all of that. But if it's accessible to me,
it is.
I would.
What they're saying is that it is.
I would sanctify it.
You pour nothing on the savings account.
To be honest, because I mean, I totally understand, right? I understand with your brothers. I stand with them, but the truth is, I am not going to, because whether we like it or not, that money is going to be spent by somebody.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing you don't want to ever happen to your quote and unquote inheritance is for bankers to actually loot it. You know, bankers, investors, investment bankers and all of that, because they're actually going to use your money for crazy things. So me, personally, I would sanctify it and I will grumble like you two. I'll grumble.
Yeah, a nonsense guy.
While I'm spending the money, but I will spend the money.
That's not me. I said I'm grumbling because what about you?
So
you will grumble, but then you won't spend the money.
Let me be honest. I think this is a case of she's low-key made her decision.
She has. She just wants it to be okay.
She wants it to be okay. So there's doing the right thing and then being seen to be doing the right thing. Because her brother didn't accept the money, she feels judged. She feels judged. Her and her sister want to collect that money.
They do.
And they want to spend it. Let me tell you the truth. You've already decided what you want to do.
And but
let me be frank. There is, first things first, I think you should consult a lawyer about how to
make sure you won't get in trouble.
No, they won't. Just leave that. Forget about that.
They won't get into any trouble.
They are not. That's just the truth. Yeah. They are not getting into trouble. Let's stop looking at the world as we would like it to be. This is where we are. They are not getting into any trouble. Maybe if they lived. So remember, she's part of her brother also lives in a sane climb where there is punishment for
dollars.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be.
They're in Lagos.
They're in Lagos. So that's part of what the problem is. You see, her brother can get into trouble for a reason. Do you understand?
I'm looking at it wrongly because I'm looking at, because if you steal money in America and you're spending stolen money, you will be in trouble.
Will be in trouble.
Why if you're in Nigeria?
Exactly. So that's the first thing.
But money is stolen by my father.
Wait now, let me explain. No, it's still like enjoying. There's a whole thing. It's called enjoying the proceeds
of
criminality.
Stolen money.
It's a thing. But what I would say is let somebody, a senior lawyer, advise you on how to manage like that family part. So because if you guys are, you always be younger than your uncles and your aunties. So figuring out what is their own portion so they leave you alone. And then if you are going to because I know that you already want to spend that money, and eventually you're going to have a need.
She's going
You're going to have a need that comes up that's going to override.
The truth is that this thing is like, it's one of those things where, sure, you struggle, but very quickly you kind of know what side you end on.
What I will say is, if you want to assuage your conscience, here's what I do. I think you should do. Take a percentage of the proceedings. People usually choose like 25%
and give it out.
Put it in a trust.
Yeah, do charity.
Go to your hometown and do an education fund.
Yeah.
No, that's it. So
it's like,
I mean, when I said I was going to spend it,
you're absolving,
it was part of what I would do.
That's what I'm saying. You're absolving
yourself.
Your conscience.
Yes.
But again, for me, honestly, it's not a judgmental street. It's a case of what can you handle in your own life.
100%.
What can you handle? Because you don't, like, your brother now is so persistent. If he collects that money, it will be like, the thing is going to be immense. Like, it's going to hold space in his mind. But you and your sister, that is clearly not really the case.
Also, I think she might feel bad because she's not the person that she thought she was.
That's another thing. You might want to stand, but to be honest, a lot of people would not even look at this as standing up business.
It's true. But the thing is, it's very interesting. Maybe prior to this, so
she thought she might have made a different decision.
Yeah, so maybe you know that your dad is a politician. He's doing funny things. You don't know the extent. You think you can say, maybe they had said $50,000. You'd be like, what's that? You had 4 million. You
started realizing that this is life-changing money.
Yeah, and now you realize that it was very easy for you to say before that.
If it was 20K, you might say, oh, no, it's not worth it. At 4 million, things start to change.
It's a lot.
This is generational money.
The thing is for you to accept, there's no way, even their whole giving a part, doing education trust and maybe in 20 years, 3,000 children
have the money not stolen.
If somebody says, oh, you actually have to make peace with yourself. This is the type of person you are, and you're fine.
Honestly, personally, I don't judge you either way. I think this is a very line of, is the one you can handle. The truth is, I'm thinking about it for myself. I'm not sure I can personally cope with the internal mental quandary that I will have. But that's just on a personal.
But are you guys judging me?
No. Actually,
if you even collect the money and say, come, what do you want to buy? I'll be there with you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
The money will be enjoyed. So that's why I'm saying that if, like, she took it, I don't judge her at all. See, life is tough. Where does she want to see $4 million? You know what I mean? So there's a very practical thing of, guys, come on. $4 million is not small money.
Yeah.
Like it is monumental. If you are,
that's when you now start.
It's a crazy amount.
That's when you now start doing math that, are you telling me I should return the money to the same Nigerian government that will reloot it? That's when you now start justifying all these things in your mind.
So that's also very strong. That's a strong point.
If they decide to take it, I'm actually not mad at them.
That's a very strong point.
If they decide to not take it, also good.
Yeah, you just have to sit on it with you have to sit with your conscience on that.
It's a thing of, this is what is right. Like, it's you that has to decide. Yeah. The money is already there. And you can take it or you cannot take it.
Yeah.
It's for you to decide. I just hope that it is not, like, your brother's stance is not one of now making people feel.
No, but I don't think he's making people feel. It's just that because he has made the decision, you feel judged for it. So he just said, I don't want anything to do with it. And now you're thinking, shit, like, this is ideally
like, maybe this is why I should,
Yeah, so now the other side of that is my next dilemma, which is not a dilemma. Someone said, God forbid I died at 21. That's their name. Says, hi guys, I almost died on the 18th of April. I went to visit a friend in Ibadan who gave birth a little while ago. On my way back to Ogun State, where I go to school, we were attacked by people. I don't know if it was bandits, armed robbers, or kidnappers. They just started shooting and shot a person from their car and kicked him out. I think they were disguised in a public transport vehicle. Everything happened so fast. We even initially thought the gunshot was the sound of their tire bursting. Anyway, they shot a few times initially. It hit the leg of a passenger in my own car. We asked the driver to reverse and head back to Ibadan, but he couldn't because the back was blocked by another car. We're not even sure if it was a random car or one working with the shooters, and they just kept shooting. Things were happening so fast. The driver got out and started running. I and 4 others followed him with a child of about 10 years old. I don't know what happened to the rest of the people in the bus. We were about 13. There was an old woman and 2 other children, and I just keep praying they're safe. Anyway, we kept running in the bush for about 2 hours, and everything started around past 6 in the evening. I was contacted everyone I could, and there was no prayer in this world I didn't recite. I'm Muslim, and as I was praying in my own way, the rest were shouting blood of Jesus. We were all so terrified. A lady I was running with was also injured by the gun, and I had to tie her leg with my scarf. A friend of mine helped me contact the police. For the first time in my life, I felt safe with them. The policeman that called me advised us to leave the bush and head back to the road because the bandits would be more familiar with the bush, and that's the only way anyone can help us. At this point, it was dark, network was shit. God just helped us with a bit of signal to locate our way back to the road from the bush with the map because we were already lost. By the time we got back to the road, no car wanted to stop to help us, and I can't even blame them. A few minutes after, a police van carrying the man that was shot from our car was passing. He'd lost so much blood, I think he was dead, and some Amotekun people on the bike. They picked us up, and I felt a bit safe for the first time in over 3 hours. I was on a bike behind the policeman van, watching the man drift in and out of consciousness. We were all crying. They took us back to Ibadan, and I went back to my same friend's place to sleep. Everyone was terrified. I'm still processing the whole thing, and the entire event is playing back in my head. I'm back in school. I went through another route, but kept crying and shouting multiple times on my way back because I was terrified. It felt like I was in the previous day's car all over again. Guys, I turned 21 on the 10th of April, and I thought that would be the end of my short life. My parents aren't in Nigeria at the moment, and you know what's crazy? I can't even tell them about this thing. They didn't know I left school to visit any stupid friend because my dad had warned me about traveling around Nigeria. I really should have listened to him. I am extremely traumatized. I didn't care about voting before this thing happened, but now I'm voting like mad. I was still a minor when the last election took place, but misfortune must not happen again. You guys, again, I can't keep saying it enough. I am deeply traumatized. Randomly, the events will play in my head and everything feels unreal. You people, please don't be angry, but everyone needs to vote. It can never be well with you and your family. Like we said the last time, everyone keeps saying, let it not be you or your loved ones, they will do missing flyer for. Okay, now, may God protect every one of us.
That's insane.
I thought she typed this thing without heads or tail.
I'm so sorry. That's insane.
Yeah.
So traumatic.
It feels like a movie.
Who here saw that interview where Fowles and his friends are talking about how they got like bandits almost kidnapped? Have you watched that interview?
No, I didn't see
that. So Femi Soro, basically they went for a show.
Yeah.
Now that they ended up inside bush. Because literally like bandits, kidnappers, and they were you know when it's almost like sure, like this has to be a skit.
No. Like this is not really, there's no way this is happening to us. And the problem is just, look at this scenario now. Honestly, there should be no reason why. In fact, even your parents saying be careful of traveling, there should just be no reason why you can't visit your friend in Ibadan. If you think about it.
Mind you, I didn't want to read the specific place, but her school is in Ogun State.
Like it's not that far.
That's
do you understand? Thank you. It is really not that far. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy that, and she said all of this was like 6 p.m. So the sun was still out.
Yeah.
I don't know where we'll start from. I'm really sorry. And honestly, if you can, she's in school, she's a student. I don't know if your school has any provision. If there's somebody to talk, if there's someone you can find to talk to that is like a professional, please,
you need it.
You really need it.
Also
because
go to your is it guidance and counseling?
Yeah, because I don't know how else you like process the trauma of
but the only problem is you will first be judged. I was part
judged.
Yes. Those guidance and counseling people are usually very old people, and they'll start asking you questions.
Why did you
leave school? Why are you going? So be ready to deal with that first. But the most important thing for you is that you're trying to get help, right?
Yeah.
They are going to get to it later after the judgment, but just allow them say whatever they want to say at first, and then they will get to it.
That's really crazy.
I think it's very important. It's very important that you talk to someone. If not, every single moving vehicle is going to be feeling that way.
Yeah, it was trauma.
Yeah.
Okay. Losing my mind. Says, hi, beautiful ladies. I love you so much. This is a bit long, so bear with me. Guys, I think I'm just about to lose my mind. A few weeks ago, through a genotype test, I found out I'm not my father's child. Ever since then, I've been spiraling, and it's only getting worse. My friends and boyfriend have said I must confront my mother and ask about it, but I am deeply confrontation avoidant and I don't even know how to start the conversation, so I haven't. It's really affecting the way I speak to her, as we used to be really close, and now I'm too uncomfortable to talk to her, and she has noticed. It's affecting my relationship with my general outlook on life, and I'm sad all the time. I really need help on starting the conversation and dealing with the aftermath. Please help me.
Hey.
That was very much a jump scare for me, so I can't imagine what it was for her.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry, what's happening here?
Just say, Mommy, do you want to open up to me about anything?
Anything? Is there
Just talk to me.
anything?
It's a safe space.
Mommy, I want to tell you that there's nothing you cannot tell me. Mommy.
Think well.
Think about.
Dig deep. Anything.
I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're 25. Think about 26 years. Is there anything?
Just something might have happened.
Anything. No, you have to tell her. If you're conflict.
Honestly, you have to. I don't know if you're conflict avoidant.
Write a letter.
Write it.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not letter, whatever is
text.
you write
message.
it. You close your phone. You throw the phone on your bed.
Yes.
You throw the phone and you go and sit down in a corner and you're afraid.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is not one of those things that you can as in not talk about because it's showing. It's showing she knows something is wrong.
In fact, you can buy a SIM card, register it, send. Yes, I've done it before, but not this time. Not there anyway. It's calm down. So there was a time of my life where, in my church, there was a pastor who, the first lady came to me and told me that he was actually really doing funny stuff to them.
All right.
And then another lady came, and I was really young. I was not even in the university. I was not even 18 yet, right? And I honestly don't know how to deal with that. And
why were they telling you?
So for
were they around your age?
Yeah, around my age, and I was also the teenage president.
Right.
I had a group.
Okay, not other women,
teens,
other teenagers.
Yeah, other teenagers.
Yeah. Oh,
I had a group called Teens with a Purpose.
Right.
TWAP. So they were coming to me, and I honestly I didn't know how to deal with it. I was so young. I didn't know if I should tell someone else, So I bought a SIM card, MTN, and I wrote to him. I said,
Pastor, what did you say?
I said, I'm a very stubborn person. Always been very stubborn. Because I confirmed it. Because they had text messages from him, that was suggesting that he meets them somewhere.
Oh my God.
So I actually confronted him with all of the evidence and told him that I was going to expose him.
And he didn't know it was you, obviously.
And all of that. Of course, he didn't know because it was a new SIM. It was, and then when I was done, I broke the SIM card.
What did he say?
But I just knew that after some time, I'm just going to mention the church. Redeem, there's this transfer thingy, after
so
some time,
they
just moved him away and all of that, and we were back to normal. But if the same thing happens now, I know how to handle it.
Of course, you're older.
I won't say it,
yeah,
I won't say it in front of a camera.
Yeah.
But please, I'm very sure if you send a text to her, she would definitely.
I think you should message her if you can't say it in person, because the truth is, one way or the other, this conversation is going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, if you can't bring yourself to say it in person, write everything you want to say. She's going to eventually, she's your mom. You guys will sit down and talk, but you can't skip past this. And it's also, you just need to have her context or whatever.
This is the one time where you are really wishing that it is Nollywood and then they swap to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, hoping that
that's the only valid
story
the story is that when
one
you're a child,
deep reason that
your dad is not even sure of his own genotype.
One crazy nurse
like there's something that makes it not what you think. This is a time where you will now realize that, oh no, he has just been saying that he's O positive, but he's actually the clinical. That no,
God please,
God I beg.
Or maybe she's adopted.
Maybe she's adopted.
See all the things we are saying. Just ask your
what I'm saying. I'm really hoping that
you have to.
There's like a story that is not. Oh, I'm a philanderer. I stepped out, and here you are, and I just said it's easier to lie to everybody. That's really very tough.
And be very ready. It might be a very heartbreaking story. And
it might change your relationship fundamentally. I can't like that's rough.
It's rough.
Okay, I have one last one that's like a.
Okay, and then I have a one about somebody when they were growing up.
Okay. This person says, Small Mama. Says, hey ladies, this is a big thank you for what you've been doing for 8 whole seasons. I recently got married and my husband and I were excited to find out we were expecting a baby. 2026 has shown us dust. From a rough beginning of the pregnancy to job uncertainty for my husband, and then the most heartbreaking yet, us finding out the baby wasn't going to survive. It's been a lot. Our 1-year anniversary is coming up and I just keep consoling myself with the story Jola has told about when her dad lost his job just after she was born. It doesn't mean it's Bolu. It's not me. It's after Bolu was born. Bad luck. About when her dad lost his job just after Bolu was born, and looking at where his career is today, everything is going to be all right. I wrote this from the hospital bed after giving birth to a stillborn. And the odd thing is, I've never been more grateful for the gift of African storytelling and perspective that it gives. God bless everybody, and you both are priceless gifts. That's so kind.
So sorry. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. That's really tough.
Yeah.
But I hope things turn around for you. And there's time. Don't worry.
There is time.
There is time, Bella. That's it. This is a rough next couple of weeks, months, but it will come around.
Yes, it will.
It will come around. Things have a way of doing that. Bella. When people are dealing with things, what a time.
I also hope that people notice that I read different. I did not read any relationship dilemma today because you people's mouth is too big. The relationship dilemma is too much. Your lobster is too buttery. Your steak is too juicy.
And then when we don't read it now,
don't mind them.
You give it 2 weeks, they'll be back. Please, first of all, there's somebody here who named their thing FK's broken leg, and I won't read that. I won't read that because we need to just...
They're so rude.
At the wedding, there was a guy that came and he was like, oh, I thought you were joking about this here crutches. And I just thought, guys, once again, what are the things you people are joking about in your individual lives? Why will I, for banter, be on this place saying, I have crutches? Is it cool?
Who jokes about that?
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, there's Omar Jesu who says, hi, FK and Jolly Baby. I have a confession because thinking back now, I realized I was actually a menace as a child. So this happened during my uncle's traditional wedding. My dad bought corn and pear for the road, and I didn't even like the pear. My mom ate the pear and gave me the seed. Tell me why I sat there picking the seed until it looked honestly very suspicious. They dropped me at my mom's shop for a bit, and I carried the seed to my auntie's shop. I even wrapped it with white sellotape like I was packaging evidence. When my parents came back, I quietly threw it inside the boot of the car where my dad's shoe was. Fast forward to the venue, my dad brings out his shoe and sees this strange white thing inside. This man froze. He said it didn't sit well with his spirits. They called our pastor. They snapped it, they sent it, and their prayers were flying up and down. I just kept quiet. When they said whatever the enemy planted has been uprooted, I said, Jesus, times 3. I minded my business. Till today, nobody knows it was me that caused what looked like a full spiritual attack with pear seed. Now the second one, this one I will admit I was wicked, but with reason. When we had an aunt that came to stay for 6 months and then overstayed her welcome. One day she came back home shouting and giving orders like she owned the house. That same day, my dad made pepper soup and she told us to go and serve her. Me and my cousin looked at each other and decided to act. We served her the food, but I added 1 full big spoon of Cameroon red pepper inside. This woman drank the pepper soup and said, it's spicy. Anyway, that night, she deeply suffered. The next morning, till today, she still thinks my dad was the one that did it to her. Nobody knows that it was us. I'm older now and I know better, but honestly, I can't believe I was moving like this as a child. Please, can you imagine your parents thinking that they're under spiritual attack?
Oh, his parents definitely thought they were under spiritual attack.
Because you went to wrap pear seeds inside.
No.
You're not putting it inside your daddy's shoe.
This boy
No, I mean, that
was a menace to society.
That was a minor case.
To his family.
Okay, compared to your case.
That was a minor case.
Were you naughty as a child?
Yes, but like not
How
in
naughty?
a deep way. It wasn't like harmful. I was just quite stressful.
So I was
Mine wasn't harmful.
I was stressful, but I never did anything that was like, okay, like one time, my brother and me, they were at home and you know, that year now, your dad, you have all these men come to your house. Like my dad just cuts his hair in the house. And so if he's cutting his hair and It was our old house in Ikeja. I can never forget. He's cutting his head. Baba will come, and then if like Dikle is there, and you know how children or friends, Dikle is there, maybe Vemi is there, Alpo is there, everybody will now cut their hair. So one time my dad cut his hair, but like the boys were playing, wasting his time. So he was like, whatever, as in you people will not cut your hair. And he left. But then he left the
clippers.
I now said, okay, why don't I cut their hair? The two of them sat down like fools. Mind you, they're older than me. They sat down. The only challenge was that I now took the like guard off the clipper. So I made a mistake. I cut their head.
Wow.
Here. And so there was just a bit of like bleeding. But it wasn't bad. But then the thing is, they didn't realize. So then I now put the thing back. I now cut the remaining of the head. But then they just had, that's how you're having all these scratches with like blood. But then we had iodine at home.
Ooh.
So I went to get the iodine. And I poured it, and then they started screaming very loudly.
Of course.
So mommy came and beat all of us.
Oh gosh.
All of you. Oh.
Yes.
Try.
I was rambling. I don't know if naughty is the word. I was just
I just did silly things. Like there was one time we had goldfish. I now knocked down the bowl. Obviously the fish was on the floor dead. I now sealed with like super glued the bowl, the water, and then I just put the fish back. So obviously my mom was like, who killed the fish? And secondly, why will you put it back? Whereas I just thought, obviously she won't notice.
Yeah, there's a problem. I have a solution.
But that's fine. I never got into like
you were just
proper trouble. We were just doing rubbish. Okay. You now, I hear that's not your story.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of kids were, especially like middle class children, were just very contained. So they weren't exerting energy outside. Yeah. So they'll just turn that playing running around you're supposed to do inside the house. You're not busy to think up new and exciting things. Foolish behavior. I remember one time my parents had gotten tired of me and my brothers like getting scratches and everything outside. So I think they told our nanny not to allow us play outside. So we decided to play inside. And me and my brothers, our hobby was fighting. That was just like for fun.
Yeah.
Why not get into a fight or rough play in general? Mind you, my brothers used to fight so much that my dad actually thought there was something wrong. No. The difference is that his own brother, Uncle Sunday, was just a bit of a wimp. Okay? He was just afraid of my grandma catching them and beating them. Now, I'm sure you'd have loved to fight my dad. But my brothers obviously grew up in a different environment. So they were not afraid to fight. And also they used to chess kid, they didn't care. My dad would be there, they didn't care.
Oh yeah.
So this one, my brothers were playing. The next thing we heard, wah. And Bolu starts screaming/crying. So everybody runs. We see Bolu. On the second floor, we see a torn net of the window. Where is Jore? No. This is the window. Bolu is crying beside the window. The net is torn.
Hey.
Where is Jore Olua? Now there are two windows. There's the window facing the grass. There's the window of the inner courtyard, which goes onto a cemented ground.
Jesus.
I put it to you, the torn net was not on the grass side. On the cement side.
Jesus Christ.
We all looked down. And so just somebody's played on the floor.
Oh my God.
So Bol and Jerry were playing rough by the window. And that, because it's the inner courtyard, there's no burglary proof. And while they were playing, Jore was sitting down on the thing. So when Bolu pushed him, he fell through.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My Auntie Remy starts screaming. Our nanny starts screaming. I don't know what's happening, but I just joined them. It was so like, you know, when it was so surreal and out of body experience. So we go and call my uncle's office was around the corner. Yeah. They go and get my uncle. Uncle Sunday used to be a doctor. Uncle Sunday is screaming and shouting. What was everybody looking at? What were my aunties looking at? But how do you explain? Like, you can't explain.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't
that
explain.
these stupid boys, this is how they usually behave. I put it to you that the jury, everybody was worried about. Got to the hospital and started playing. Started playing and dancing, asking for fried rice. Playing. Mind you, at this point, they called. This was pre like proper mobile phone service.
Yeah.
But they had called my parents to let them know my mom is panicking. My dad is panicking. God do not allow anybody's child die. They got there, the two baboons.
It's not as if you people were lying. When you look at the boys.
So obviously, like, because everybody was flustered that day, you know, everybody got a nice treatment. We all went to bed. Only the next morning, one loose stupid and bast. The way they beat, not Bolu, not Jore alone, and the Bolu that I fought with, they also come as to press. I said, "Why are you looking at when your brothers were fighting?" Said, "I beg your pardon." I'm an intellectual.
I hate general punishment. I'm always like, sorry, I actually was not.
That was my dad's hobby. And he actually used to work. My dad loved it because he realized that actually, when I beat only this one, they can still go back individually. But when I beat all three, that's how one time Jerry was playing on the road. Moto do jam him.
Sorry, is Jerry okay?
Moto do jam him. He actually still has the mark on his head. It was crazy.
He was just being a child. He was just
and to be fair, like, he just wasn't. It was where my uncle's office was at the time. It was not a super busy area. But Jerry was just really, really playful. So he ran across the road and a car hit him. Unfortunately for him, Bolu was standing right beside him. My daddy said he actually waited for Jerry to be well. Then he beat. Bolu said the way my daddy beat him, he believed he was going out of consciousness. He said he was worried to say, "Just leave my Game Boy to Jola." Like, he thought he was going to die.
Another time we're traveling with my aunt at Araba. And so we were in England. And so we were coming back, but my mom wasn't coming with us. Me, Declan, and Araba. So as we got to the airport, I just said, "Oh, she's not my mom."
Who's not your mom?
No, as we got to the airport, asked about where you guys traveling to. My auntie said Lagos. I said, by the way, she's not my mom. And I kept saying it. So apparently the air hostess called her supervisor that this child keeps mentioning.
No, this is not her
she was
mother.
like, no, I'm her mom's sister. This is that she was not explaining that she was showing them all the family pictures. And I kept saying it, she's not my mommy. But my mommy said we should follow her, but she's not my mom. So you guys, they put us in a room.
Of course. What do you mean?
to find out what really, why do you keep saying, my auntie kept looking at me, stop that. Stop. See, you're not my mom.
It was in Nigeria, they would detain her differently.
Yeah.
And keep you guys
I used to do stuff like that. Like, I remember, you know, like how hotels would, some hotel rooms will, like, you get a discount if you're, like, I think it's 12 and under or 8 and under, something. So I went somewhere with one of my aunts, my dad's friend. And she now said, I said, no! I turned 9 last week. My auntie literally did like this. Like, you know when... She asked me, I said, are you sure? I said, yeah.
Of course.
The person at the till was now also trying to help her. Clearly. She was like, honey, are you sure your birthday isn't next week? No. Children.
I think the most traumatizing day, we went to Brent's Cross. Me, Declan, and my mom. I actually have distinct memories of it. My mom wore a trench coat. She wore a Burberry trench coat. I remember this because my identifying factor of her on that day was the cuff had that Burberry pattern. Yeah. So we were holding hand, we were going shopping up and down. I don't know when she decided to stop and look in a window or something. She just stopped.
And you wandered off?
Me and Declan were now together. We now looked at, where's mommy? I now saw a trench coat with the cuff. I said, that's her.
I started following that
We
tree.
started following
Hey.
the lady. We started following the lady. We're going up and down, following the lady. Maybe like 20 minutes later, the lady now turned around. We said,
Who are you?
who is this?
Who are you, ma?
We were like, who is this? She was looking at us like, what?
Oh my God.
Like, who are you? Anyway, now we started just walking around the mall. Just walking around aimlessly. Then we now started hearing on the speaker that they're looking for to the information. And we were like, wait, so that's us. But let me tell you what's funny. At the back of the person saying, oh, the security
We're looking
personnel,
for,
we're looking for 2 young children. I could hear, what will I tell your father? What will I tell them? Effect by me. What will I say? You could hear her on. I said, I know that kind of thing. Maybe my brother was like, should we go?
Because we're dead.
You're dead.
Because we're dead. We're
You're
dead.
dead.
We're actually dead.
Are you sure we should go?
No, we're actually dead.
You're dead.
From when we were approaching, I said, Makami, these children, what will I tell them? What will I tell them when I get home? They'll say that I took his children, then I lost them. What will I just thought, Jesus.
No, I can't go back. I'll go to the police. I'm not
But
going.
you eventually go home.
So
It
see, they
depends.
were looking
Eventually
for
you'll
us,
go home.
and then they saw us, and they brought the trouble we got into that day. I was just thinking, maybe next time buy a coat that is not so common. Every time I look back, I'm like, let's think about this matter. That was not my fault. And that's
Well,
why
it
every
wasn't.
time I see people with their children with those harnesses that
Oh,
they
you
tie
don't blame
them,
them.
I actually don't
You
blame them.
Of
Because
course.
I'm like,
Of course.
the thing is, you can actually run away.
Yes, please.
You can actually run
Yes,
away.
please.
But it was just so
I
funny.
got missing. I got missing once, but this was twice actually. But the first one was in Cow Garage. There's this place called Cow Garage.
Mhm.
In fact, most of my crazy exhibitions happen in that Cow Garage,
Well,
right?
Why?
Because my mom owned the shop there.
Yeah.
So, and then the tradition then was if your child goes missing or anything, and then you go to council. There's this place called the council office. In the process of them looking for your child, they will make one. We call it mudu. I don't know what it's called here, but it's way bigger than Derica. Not this measuring. It's bigger than Derica, but we call it mudu. So it's big. So they make a mudu of gari for you.
Yeah.
So as the mother, to them, that's the highest form of irresponsibility. So as the mother whose child is missing, you'll be taking that gari, you'll be drinking. I'm not joking, no. You'll be drinking that gari in a bowl while they're looking for your child for you. And I promise you, my mom is one of the...
I don't understand. Why Nigeria is so knocked?
My mom is one of the calmest. She doesn't... In fact, people don't even know... In some places, they don't even know how her voice sounds.
Yeah.
But because of me, she was always everywhere. She'll be crying. So
what were you doing when you were missing?
I went to... So there's a barracks behind...
And you thought that would be
So I went there, I just went there to go and pluck mangoes and all of that. And I didn't
steal mango from a barracks.
I didn't know I was taking so much time. No, we don't call it stealing. No, you just go and pluck. The only way you offend soldiers when you go to their barrack is when you stone.
Right.
But if you can climb the tree
and
or they usually would keep a long stick. No, a very long stick with the hook.
So you can just use that. Down.
But if you throw stones, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I went there and I was having a good time. I didn't know I had spent like 3-4 hours.
Your mom was eating gari.
Drinking gari.
Sorry, what's the principle of this gari drinking?
Punishment. For
the mother whose child ran away?
Well, I was missing at the time. Nobody knew where I was. Nobody knew where I was.
Oh my goodness.
Then the other time was in Kaduna Trade Fair, Nasima. So... Similar to your case, we're going, but I don't know how we switched places. Yeah. So I was now on the other side. But luckily for me, I was on the other side at first. Mm-hmm. And then my mom was on this other side. So my pet name, by the way, is Junior. So she was shouting, Junior! I was on the other side shouting, Ma! Junior. But later on, I was now like missing. So they went to
Find you.
So there are like some radio stations right there. So they went to NTA to tell them to make announcements that a boy is missing. I think that was the last time I went to Trade Fair ever. I was grounded. My dad was like, she has told my mom never to take me to places like that, but she doesn't listen. So I was grounded. So I had similar cases like that. But that's one in Cow Garage was crazier because I got the beating of my life. Because again, mind you, in our house, Gary was a contraband. My mom was bougie to a level where she never took Gary. She never even ate Eba. Then for the first time,
you now made them punish her.
It was even Gary, no milk, no sugar.
Just water.
And I mean, it's bigger than dairy cow. Mudu is big. Yeah. The big measurement. So they pour it inside water and give you spoon, be drinking until they find your child. It was a very crazy period. But again, like I always say, I was just being a child. What were
some of the other crazy things?
I was just a restless child.
What was your position in your family?
I'm an only child.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
I'm an only child, so no sibling. So I didn't even know. That was why when you were talking about, I think there was a point I wanted to reference a point you made where you were saying siblings. I couldn't relate.
Yeah,
I couldn't relate
because it was just you.
Yeah, but I had like cousins, a whole lot of cousins living with us. So I didn't have.
So did you do like these things on purpose? You reckon, or you were
just playing?
Yeah,
and then you got.
I know some kids that honestly, I think that they know that.
Some of them do.
I feel like I was.
They know that they are.
I feel like
evil.
I was very playful, but it was very dangerous place.
Like
right?
What?
Like when I climbed our fridge to reach out to another fridge. So you can see there's a mark here. This was primary 5. The ceiling fan yanked my head.
Jesus.
I didn't even know. I didn't even.
Sorry, when you were climbing the fridge, you didn't see the fan?
So I saw the fan, of course. It was, but I thought I was dodging it until I just heard. So my cousin then, Blessing was down there. And then
you were climbing the fridge.
I just heard, bah! And I was like, because in my house we speak a lot of pidgin. I was like, with this pack like that, I didn't sit on my head, man. And that day I was wearing white clothes, white t-shirts, and as stubborn as I was, right, I would not cry for flimsy reasons.
Yeah,
but I don't ever want to see my blood. So the moment
you saw that you were bleeding,
that I was bleeding,
wait, you
and
didn't
it was
feel
coming
it?
out. I didn't feel it. So that's the funny thing. I didn't even feel it. I mean, when they were taking me to the theater, they didn't wheel me into. I was bouncing into it. Yeah, I was bound. I think when I got unconscious was when I was now on the theater table and I was now feeling myself go, because at the time, mind you, it was primary 5. At the time, my mom, hospitals will not touch you if you don't make down payments. And my mom was rushing me to the hospital. So she even removed her wrapper and tied my head because I was bleeding profusely. We got to the hospital and they told her, oh, sorry, we can't attend to him because... so that was why I was not feeling unconscious. That was why I was not feeling like, oh, something really happened. That was why I was not feeling slow. I was like, okay. Something's really happening here. I think I'm
even
going.
a child.
What? Oh, no, they won't touch you. Isiaku Hospital in Station Market.
Bro,
they won't touch you. So it was, and luckily for us, one of our neighbors carried my mom's bag.
Oh, so
she was running to the hospital, but we got there before her. But it was when she got there, my mom made the payment. That was when they now wheeled me. That's where they now took me. But that time I was still even going into the, and then, so all those times when my dad comes back from work and finds me maybe on the bed, with a broken leg or a bandage.
Okay, he's not surprised.
You just be like, JJ Okocha, you don't do them again. Well done.
Okay, we'll be reading and talking. So this person calls themselves running away child. Says, when I was younger, I was scared of my older siblings, so I didn't like being home alone with them. One night, my mom went for a naming ceremony and the door didn't close behind her. So I snuck out and followed her to the event. Anyway, I ended up at the front and hustled a plate of jollof before making hot eye contact with my Nigerian mother, who was so shocked to see me. She waited till we got home to give me the flogging of my life. And it wasn't funny. I low-key even started to question if she was actually my mother.
Oh yeah, there's so many times. There were so many times. Even there was times where I said it out loud. You know, I asked my parents if they were really my parents because the kind of beatings.
Anyways, you of all people.
The truth is, I've always said it any day, anytime that my parents were actually made for me.
No, some of these people are some of these things are so naughty. This person calls themselves, God forbid I say the truth. And says, hi, FK Angela. I finally decided to write in, and if you are saying this, please add Manchester to the list for this year's live show. Anyway, when I was younger, my family moved down to Lagos because my dad lost his job, and it took a while for us to get back into school because we left midway. My siblings went back to school before I did because my brother was in secondary school and the youngest was in nursery. So they thought they really shouldn't miss any of those classes. As for me, during that period was fine. So I was off to different aunties, so nobody would ask me why I was always home.
Always home.
Anyway, I was at my auntie's place for over a week. In the evening, some men came over to the house. So they sent me inside to sleep. I was already very suspicious that something is going on. I didn't really have a lot of understanding, but I knew my mom always said that they did all these big men that brought them stuff and all of that, as in proper Lagos big girls. Anyway, the next day, I foolishly decided to ask the help if she heard any noise from my auntie's room. Do you know this lady went to report me the way I denied? After I tried to write that my aunt was stupid and wrote by Auntie Felicia. I wrote by Auntie Felicia and I put it beside her clothes so she can see it. When she saw it, they beat me and decided to send me back to my mother. When my mother asked me, I still denied it.
Of course.
What do you mean you went to ask the housemaid that did she hear any noise coming from your auntie's room? Are you crazy?
She was inquisitive now.
She's naughty. She's so naughty. Imagine a child with no school. This is why they say children should go to school.
Yeah.
You want to help your sister so that they will not say her child is being maltreated.
I mean, I just imagine myself not being in school. Because they had to bundle me to command because of my...
Does that thing work?
Oh, yes, it
Sending
did
children to like military type schools. Does it work?
I feel like that's one of the
reasons
reasons why...
you up?
Oh, yes, now. Soldiers. Soldiers are not police, so I promise you. They would beat the hell out of you, especially when your mom is always in school reporting you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Also, you didn't even learn like early on. They kept reporting you.
So mine wasn't just, I remember what Jola said. There was something she said where she said, oh, if they don't let you go out, you just creatively bring all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, mine was home and away. In school, it was in school. I don't know what happened in that primary 5 because it was in primary 5 I got a nose piercing.
Yeah. After cutting your eye.
You can see it.
I can see the mark.
It was deep.
Sorry, who did that for you?
So I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened to us that day in class. Command children's school.
Command. In command, you people were doing...
So break time, right? And I don't know what happened. I think it was a revision period. So revision periods, teachers are not usually very serious.
That was a lot of fun.
So, and I don't know what spirit entered all of us. So it was one of two things. It's that our uniform was a bit, hard.
Yeah.
So it's that you allow your forehead to be scratched with your uniform until you have a wound, or you get a piercing.
What do you mean?
That scratch on the forehead. Yeah, either or.
For what?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened to us. Right? I don't know what happened to us. Myself, Adamu.
I mean, look at these options.
I don't know what happened to us. So it's either you allow your head to be scratched. And for me, that wasn't really cool. And I was like, okay, nose piercing. Because one of my mom's friends, Auntie Linda, had a nose piercing.
And you thought that would be good for you.
When I was young, I used to like people with English names.
Mm-hmm.
Like Linda, Sharon. I used to think that they were so sexy.
She had a nose piercing.
Please, let's have some decorum in this house.
So it was nail. So they used nail.
Nail.
Bleeding. It was deep. It was bigger than
Sorry, they used a nail.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's still showing now. Since primary 5 till now.
They screwed your nose with a nail. And you were there.
It was fun.
Okay, please listen to this. Listen to this clown. Who calls
I have
herself.
one. Okay, which one?
Go ahead.
That's actually the one I was going to read. The fridge one.
No. Read that one.
Jola's fire outfit says, early morning of a weekday before going to school, I went to the kitchen, I think to get water or wash. I can't really remember. there was no lights. There was light, sorry, but I somehow decided to put on the candle. Then I saw a piece of paper under the fridge. So yes, I went and I placed the candle there. Anyway, that's how the whole fridge caught fire. My mom perceived the smell of burning paper and ran to the kitchen. I went to call our neighbors' attention with me wearing only pants. She now goes a whole star girl. I was in primary school. They put the fire off and I still went to school, but I owe my mommy a fridge.
Okay.
Is everybody okay? How do you just wake up? Your child has burned down the fridge.
This person says FK's crutch.
You guys are very rude.
So basically, as a kid, please listen to this fool. I used to text my relatives on Facebook, and sometimes I would go as far as calling them with unknown numbers and ask for money. Mind you, at the time, my dad was the richest in the family and who everyone would usually ask. I finally got caught when I called an auntie of mine asking for money as usual. She asked me who I was and I replied, I am who I am, like a fool. Anyway, my dad found out and I got it on.
Oh yeah.
Children are so insane. Do you know what's killing? What do you mean?
Thank you.
I imagine that parents used to want to laugh sometimes as well, but they can't laugh because that means they...
In that case, I promise you, they can't even laugh because it's really crazy. Because at the time when I went to learn welding and mechanic, my dad was doing very okay. My mom was doing really okay.
Wait, you just said you want to go and learn?
Yeah, without their permission. So that was why I even lied to...
How old were you at the time?
I was say 11. Yeah. I promise you, most of my crazy escapades.
Shame will almost kill me. What will I say is happening at home? Because I know. I lied that. Tell me, please just open up to us. Like, how bad are things?
I lied that I didn't have parents.
You're joking.
That's the only way they will accept me now. Because it's one of two things. If you're that young, you will come with
somebody.
A guardian,
yeah.
You know, you come with someone. But then I was lying that I was living with this wicked auntie, and I needed to make money for myself. Because I was suffering. And I promise you, I was so happy during my mechanic days. So happy because I'll be so dirty to the point where, because that was the
how
trick.
did nobody know
so
that
as kids,
you were...
No, I was far away from home. And again, my parents were very busy, so they were not all that around.
Yeah.
As kids in the mechanic garage, the best way to make money is when you are extremely dirty. You know, so your gas clients will like, take this one, go and buy soap to wash your clothes. That's how you make money, actually. So I would make myself very dirty. I would use the whole black oil and rub on my shirts and all of that. But of course, because these clothes, it's your work clothes, so you don't take it home. So when I go back home, I'm apparently like a normal person because you wash your leg.
What did your parents think you were going to? Just go and play
in your
just friend's house?
Going to play and all of that until the day my dad caught me. So for some weird reasons, he came around that mechanic village to come and fix. I think I read about it on Twitter.
He went to fix his car.
Came to fix his car. And
he saw you in a mechanic workshop.
He was driving and then he passed at first. I was walking because I was going to buy, there was this thing then we called carbide. You know, that's what you put those welding machines, right? You put it into it with water. So I was going to buy carbide for my Oga. And he passed and then he saw me and then he came back. My dad is a disciplinarian, right? So he doesn't care. My mom on the other hand, a disciplinarian also, but would only beat you at home.
Yeah.
So she tell you when we get home. There's so many times I prayed that our car should crash so that we don't get home because it's better for us to be in an accident than for me to go home. You know, because this piercing day, both parents actually, that was the first time I got a conjoined beating.
Yeah, my dad has told me that story.
My dad was beating me to the left. My mom was beating me to the... They beat the... so that was the...
My dad has a story like this. My dad has a story like this that one time, his parents, and it's something that Ijesha people used to do, where they'll be beating you and one shake with you. They'll not be cussing you on top as they're beating.
My mom was even crying.
My dad said that he was beating him. My grandma would beat him, push him. My grandpa would slap him, push him back. I told them they were beating, and he was even thinking, when they were first beating him, he was thinking, what's up to this that you are doing?
Not with my kind of dad's beating. He will beat So I just feel like my parents were made for me.
You and my dad would have a great bonding time. My dad was really naughty so naughty that when he went to my grandpa to complain about my brothers fighting, my grandpa was looking at him like, bro,
not you.
Don't you believe that God rewards you based on your work? My dad tells a story all the time of how one time my grandpa was beating him and he was beating him and then he tripped and sprained his ankle. The person they were beating started laughing.
Of course. Of course.
I said that the person that was beating him sprained his ankle. My dad said started laughing.
Of course.
They have to leave him alone. I didn't know. Fair.
They used to call younger, cousins that were older than me, but younger than my parents to come and beat me up.
Is that can they call? Like how can you be calling boys for your child?
Yeah.
Wait, I have one. This person says, "Thank God for Jesus." There was a boy that liked me like crazy. He was in his early 20s, I guess. So I presume she's younger. However, he's what we'll call rough around the edges. I truly like the bad boy effect. One evening, I snuck out late, 10 p.m. This is somebody that is supposed to be going to school. When everybody was asleep, as per he wanted to take me out. He fetched me and we were driving towards a fast food restaurant. Tell me why we were driving. People started shooting at us as if like he kidnapped her. I kid you not, like play. My uncle pulled out a gun and started He said, like play. The boy in the car pulled out a gun and started shooting back.
Gangster.
He even asked me to put my head down. Mind you, all I kept doing was praying and wishing I had listened to my spirits. I stayed at home that night. We drove into a garage where we had lost the gunman and he drove me home. I stayed quiet all through the ride. As I was about to open the door, he told me he really liked me and he wanted to make it work. I thought life no be James Bond movie. I jumped back into the house, blocked his number until date. Whenever I see him, we act like nothing happened. Nothing has pushed repentance in me faster than that. I'm sorry, how the hell can people be shooting at you? Then the boy
in the car beside you
will start shooting them back.
That's a cultist.
Yes,
that's the crazy thing.
Of course. Somebody that is waiting for you to sneak out of your house so that he can drive you. What the hell?
Crazy
Please, how do you explain to your parents that I left the house at night and then they shot me?
No, you can't. That's the problem. You can't say anything.
You have to...
Even the uncle will not say anything. Yeah. Everybody now just knows. Don't worry. This is how we do in this house. Your uncle caught you sneaking out. Shot at. You don't even have to say anything. What kind of family do you come from that your uncle can shoot? The man shoots you, you shoot. I'll be so terrified. Okay, I have one here from Jola and FK's left ventricle. She says naughty was an understatement. I was so naughty, I was expelled in nursery school. I used to put super glue. I used to put super glue on teachers' seats. I used to chew and bite off the hair of my fellow classmates. I had a particular seatmate that had a bald patch. I had such an innocent face that you won't think this little girl is capable of such evil. A vivid story was I wanted new clothes, all pink clothes, because I was in my Barbie era. But my parents obviously didn't answer me because why would they change my entire wardrobe to pink on a whim? I kept bugging them and they said no. I met my younger brother who was 5 at the time and I was 9 and I sold him the idea. I told him that he could also have all the Ben 10 clothes and Naruto clothes if he helped me burn down the house. He agreed. A couple of days later, I took a bunch of matches, paper, and tiny kerosene I managed to take from our cleaner, who had a tiny lantern with kerosene. On that fateful day, my parents were having a church meeting outside the compound. I took my younger brother. We went to my room, threw the kerosene into my wardrobe, lit the paper, and threw it in. It caught fire immediately. I closed the wardrobe and ran out of my room. It was time to do my brother's room. Tell me why this stupid child backed out. It was late, I quickly went and told my parents it was my brother who did it because they couldn't punish him. Anyway, the room got burnt and I got my pink clothes. I was such a menace and I hope my child is not like that.
See,
what is going on?
You guys heard now. I was not the only person suspended. But mine was I was younger.
This person says, I was 11 years old when I used to take a nail cutter and tweezers to take money out of my younger brother's piggy bank. Kolo. I almost emptied the thing. I had a stealing problem.
No, me.
I used most of the money to buy toast bread for my friends in church and chocolates for my classmates. People loved me because I always had all these snacks to share. My brother cried so much when he found out. So my mom almost fainted because they couldn't understand why I did that because I still had my own money. And at the time had way more than he did. Anyway, I'm 21 now and I'm giving him more than what I stole, but I still feel guilty. I no longer steal though. Praise God.
Okay,
So that's a good thing about me. When I was growing up.
You were not stealing.
I wasn't stealing. I wasn't stealing.
This mama says, when I was in primary school, I used to stay at my mom's friend's store before my mom would come and pick me up in the evening. This woman has a daughter who is same age as me. Let's call her Tolu. One day she got a pair of sandals for her daughter Tolu and she didn't want it because she didn't like it. Her mom then asked if I liked it and she gave it to me. Like 30 minutes later, Tolu took the pair of sandals from my school bag and she said she wanted it back. I got so angry that I began to chase her. When I saw that I couldn't keep running, I picked up a stone and threw it at her head. And then she began to bleed. My mother literally sent me to heaven with the beating she gave me. And God sent me back to earth to face the consequences of my action. The next person, Fire Mama T, says, Fire has a covenant with me, but the grace of our Creator has kept me. Shout power. Number 1, 4-year-old me sets my mattress on fire as a kid. I wanted to play with matches. Then I dropped it on the bed in fear. Boom. Number 2, age 12. I didn't know oil and water don't mix. I wanted to make surprise breakfast. I dropped the frozen tomatoes straight into hot oil. Fire went straight to the pan and then to the ceiling. It was my scream that saved me, and luckily my nanny stopped it. So number 3, I needed wood ash for a science project. Ideally, I should have just told my parents to get it, but no. As a fan of Dexter's Laboratory, I got my younger sisters involved. They carried a keg of petrol close to the fire. And then boom, there was an explosion.
Of course.
The neighbors helped us put out the fire, but not before it burnt off a bit of the roof. I knew immediately, say, I don't mess up.
Fire
Growing up in a loving estate, my parents had been informed immediately. Gobe, I prayed for death and it did not come. My daddy beat nonsense out of all of us, including the nanny, me, and the most as the mastermind. Do you get?
Innocent nanny.
But just imagine you just go to your child has burnt her mattress with this fire.
No, it's fire, Lord.
Okay. We have someone that is reporting their big sister. It's not them. This person says, well, I'm here to snitch on my big sister because that girl caused chaos wherever she went. Okay, 1 second. Okay. One time, visitors came and my mom sent her to go and buy bread for the visitors. She came back with the bread and told my mom she wants tea with her bread. At the time, it was a privilege. My mom told her, okay, let the visitors eat first and then afterwards she'll have her own share. Didn't this girl go and stand by the window of the living room watching the visitors as they were eating? As the visitors went on to take the last 2 slices of bread, this girl screamed on the top of her lungs, Mommy, they are finishing the bread. Oh. Now she embarrassed everybody in the house and of course she got a beating after her stupid shenanigans. Another time, our big brother heard some commotion outside the gate and decided to go and check. Lo and behold, he found her fighting with a bunch of boys in the neighborhood. As to be fair to her, she was whooping their asses. My brother dragged her inside the gate and reported her to my mom. Both of them beat and scolded her. For some reason, she slipped through the gate like a catfish and ran straight out to find the boy she was initially beating and started beating them again, saying, since she was screaming so much that my brother heard you and beat me, I'll beat you harder this time. She has more stories though. I'm here with part 2 because you guys don't believe it. One time in the 90s, my aunt's street friend was coming to our house. To be fair, my sister had never really met this friend before. So when my sister saw her in heels and a really short skirts, like that, she mobilized her raggedy friends and started booing the woman. I need people to understand that they were trailing behind this babe from the bus stop to the house, chanting songs and embarrassing her. After the woman reached our house, she was complaining to my aunt about how a bunch of 10-year-olds were chanting and harassing her. Just as she finished the story, my sister entered the gate.
That was one of them.
And the woman screamed, this was their ringleader. Of course, my mom and auntie beat the living daylight out of her.
Oh my God.
Another time, she went and got into a fight with some random people. After fighting, they went to report her to their community chairman. What they didn't know was that the chairman was renting one of our family houses. After hearing that my sister, a teenager, laughed out loud and said, please go and report me. As you do, please tell him that the person he's being reported to is his landlord. So as you start pursuing the case, you must start looking for a new house to move into. Today, she's a responsible citizen, but I promise you, she's crazy. Here is the last one. One time, a certain woman owed our mom so much money. It was quite a bit, but it's not the kind of thing you get people arrested over. So my mom had been asking the lady to pay back and she kept dodging, but months went by. One evening, her mom told us, "Oh, I'm tired of asking for the money, so whoever takes it from her can keep it." My big sister and auntie said, "Say no more." The next day, as early as 4:30, these two women woke up and went straight to this woman's house. She didn't have indoor plumbing, so she washes her dishes outside. On this fateful day, all her dishes, pots, spoons, etc. were on her veranda waiting to be washed. My aunts and sisters arrived with wrappers, tied them together and started packing all the plates, pots, spoons and everything they could find. They told the woman they would sell everything if she doesn't pay them the money in the next 15 minutes. The poor lady knew who she was dealing with and started moving fast. Well, before the 15 minutes was done, she miraculously found the money and gave it to the two vagabonds.
Wow.
So by 5 a.m., they were home telling my mom that her debt has been paid. To this day, if we have a debtor moving mad, we ask her to do her thing, and indeed, she gets the money back. This is actually do you guys ever read Dennis the Menace?
Yeah.
The books. Nashi. My mom actually stopped us from reading the books because she felt like she could see that my brothers and I were becoming like naughtier.
Yeah. I did not need any motivation.
Even I remember when they told us to stop watching Problem Child. Do you remember that film?
You fought a monkey.
Sorry, I really need to get into this story. Where was the monkey from?
That same cow garage.
Oh,
that
so they didn't buy you from that place.
There was a monkey there.
So I mean, back in the, I don't know if it still happens now, but then in the north, the normal thing that happens once in a while in the market is, people bring in strange animals to
sell.
No, not to sell,
to
but
dance,
entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So monkeys would dance, train monkeys.
Okay, yeah.
But they'll bring really beautiful dogs.
I know, yes. Sometimes they bring hyenas. So the first time I saw hyena was actually inside the market. And then their mouths was chained, of course. But then you and I know that monkeys are very mischievous.
Yeah.
People have been asking me, why did you fight a monkey? Why is nobody asking the monkey?
Why were you close to the monkey?
And that's because I went for the demonstration. I was watching, right? And then for some weird reason, it was trying to harass people away, especially ladies, especially girls my age.
The monkey was harassing them.
The monkey would try to come and then they will run away.
Yeah.
And they will come back. Then the monkey tried it with me.
You didn't run.
Yeah, I didn't run. Right? And then he tried again and pushed the monkey and that was it.
The two of you were fighting.
So this is the mark now. This is the mark.
Can you imagine seeing your child fighting? I won't get involved. I won't even act like the child.
They didn't even get involved. I told them, my parents
sorry, who beat you?
We beat ourselves. Actually. I beat the monkey beat me. You understand? I can't say, but the monkey was actually very strong.
You don't say.
But we beat.
How old are you?
I should be 8. Yeah, 8.
So sorry, in this whole market, nobody thought, let's remove these people.
No, they can't remove us.
My favorite childhood.
Because it was also for them, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
For me, I was actually fighting with the monkey.
My favorite childhood story from my dad is that when he was young, he really liked playing football, but he used to get in trouble because he would get his clothes super dirty or he would spoil his shoes. So one day, and his main problem was that my grandma was a teacher in his primary school. So he couldn't get away with a lot of things. So one day he thought he was being sharp. It was time to play football. They called him to play because he was a really good football player. They called him to play football. So he kept his shoes somewhere. I went to play ball. Okay, they finished. Time to go home. Kola, where is your shoe? My dad couldn't find the shoe. My dad said that my grandma was so tired of him at that point. She told him, just walk. Don't walk. Like, I can't walk with a child that does not have shoe. Everybody knows who I am. Don't walk with me. Just go forward so I can be seeing you. But don't walk near me. So my dad wanted to walk with his older sister at the time. He said, I said, yeah, you can't walk. He said, come on, shut up. But he was like, people knew he was so naughty.
No.
And he said that he was not ashamed because at least he enjoyed the ball.
I was really naughty.
Did anybody ever try to imply you were like possessed or something?
Oh yeah, many times now.
Really? Did they do deliverance for you?
They took me to churches now. The only church they didn't take me to was the white garment churches. That was because my mom.
Did you go to MFM?
Yes, they took me to MFM. Even when at the time Lost Choosing came to Kaduna, so they opened their branch in Kaduna. And my mom took me there. You know, and that also depends on my mood
Yeah.
when I'm there for those deliverances, because I knew I was not possessed,
Yeah.
to be very honest.
But
I feel like people who are possessed know they are possessed. But me, I knew I was not possessed. I was just
you're just rambunctious.
yeah, I was just a crazy person and all of that, right? So on some days, I would allow the pastor to have fun. So you might do
Will you play along?
Of course, there are days I'll play along, I'll fall to the ground. There are days where I will not fall to the ground, no matter what you do. Right? We would now be on it until... But the one in that Lord's choosing, I pretended like I was in a trance. So I slept off, and then I woke up later, and then shaking my head like I just came back from a trance and all of that. But the thing is, apart from all the craziness, I love God. So I was always in church. I was either in church, where I was causing one problem, or in school.
What problem were you causing in church?
No, I mean, I don't cause problems in church because I had fear of God. I knew that God could just strike me or something, you know. But I was always in church. So sometimes my mom would try to use that to speak to my conscience that how is it that you are always in church and you are still like so this and all of that. So many times my parents would go to church to report me to church because they felt like, okay, since reporting him to school management wasn't doing anything, maybe church this time and nothing.
Did it help? So what was it like soldiers that finally set you straight?
I don't think, no, soldiers did not do anything. No. It was, I think I started noticing the change in SS1. Right?
What happened?
I can remember one of the days my dad was going about his normal rants and was saying, oh, you are really stressing me out and all of that. And I just told him, I promise you from today, I remember the words, I promise you from today, I'm going to be a big boy. And that was how I was now very conscious
of it.
Of the things I was doing at the time. I stopped because one of my biggest problems was also playing football. I go to play football and then I break my leg or something. And I broke my leg like twice, two of them, 2 times each. Right? Broke my hands as well because I'll fall from trees when I go to pluck mangoes and all of that. Yeah.
I'm sure the hospital will see people like
very good customer.
You again.
Ishaku Hospital. I was like
very good. That's their customer.
Yeah, I was a regular customer. But I just started changing from that SS1. So my good times were, even academically, it was so good, right? First time ever in my life, I took first position, in SS1.
After you stopped fighting.
SS2 also was very good. SS3, great. Then when I was done with school, I now went back. So went back. I dated a crazy girl called Agatha.
What did Agatha do?
Agatha was 6 years older than me at the time.
Oh.
I was 18.
You said,
is it everything you would do?
Is that not auntie?
Well, auntie, but for me, I didn't feel like it was auntie. So I was 18, she was 24, and then we're dating. And that was where the whole madness started all over again. But this time, not breaking legs, breaking things and all of that. It was now fight with my parents.
Yeah.
Because my parents did not
obviously.
Of course not.
Of course. My especially my mom.
Of course.
I was like, no. In fact, there was a day, first time ever. Mind you, all of these stubborn episodes, I never for once talked back at my mom.
Yeah.
But the first time I ever did that was when she was really scolding me about a particular episode, because this crazy Agatha girl, if you're watching me, you witch, she chased me with knife. Yeah, chased me with knife in front of my parents.
Why?
Yes. For some stupid, it was Good Friday, no, Good Saturday. If
okay, Jesus had even died.
Yeah.
And look at what
we're trying to do, because in my house we're big on always making pastries for all of this Christmas or Easter period and all of that. So she was in our house, and then we're making chin chin. I don't even know what happened, and then she was really mad and then started chasing me with a knife in front of my parents. Mind you, I'm an only child
in your house.
So my mom, that was now a good reason for my mom to really, really dislike her.
You don't say.
And then
you don't say.
Told me
this
to leave
old
her.
cargo is in my house chasing you with a knife.
So I now told, when we settled, I now told Agatha that my mom said I should leave you. because you're not good for me and all of that. But I promise you, one particular day like that, when my mom had, because that day my dad had thrown a glass cup at me because he was mad. I was supposed to go and get drug for my mom from the pharmacy, close by pharmacy, but I went to see my girlfriend. And then we're talking, and I lost track of time.
You get
so I forgot. So my parents, from panic mode, they were now looking for me. What's happening? Was late into the night, and then something just told my dad, let's even go to that Agatha's
house.
And
your mom that is sick,
and then see me outside Agatha's house with Agatha. Oh my God, my dad was disappointed. When we go back home, he threw glass at me, and she was really... So me and my mom, we're now in a heated argument. She was now saying, I've told you I hate this girl, leave this girl alone, blah, 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 blah. So me, I was talking back. And then she said something. She was not like, oh, why would you talk back at me? You're dating someone almost my age. I was like, wow. Low blow, but...
Nah. Nigerian mothers are terrible.
Low blow. But no
absolutely
problem.
Love that from her.
So like, I mean, you're dating someone almost my age, so why won't you be able to talk back at me?
She's 24.
24, crazy times. So and we dated for a long time. We dated for like 6 years.
What?
No. I usually call her babe 666 because she was 6 years older than me. We dated 6 years. I'm very good with dates, by the way. We met on the 6th month of that year. We started dating.
I hope that there was no second incident where she chased you with a knife.
No, that was first and last. Because for some weird reason, she respected me anyways.
See how he's smiling. Look at this fool. He's smiling. He's so happy. Man,
I hate them.
Bunch of dummies.
There was never a time where she called me by my name.
For 6 years, she thought that.
She never called me by my name.
She call you sweetheart.
Baby,
You were, baby,
well,
my dear.
Later, I thought about it because it was when I got into Unilag.
She called you, baby.
You use
her school son.
When I got into school, that was when
You're actually a school son.
Yeah,
Why would she
I learned about breakup first time ever in my life because in my head, I thought that since we're now dating, I don't have a way out. We have to get married. Yeah. Because at some point, I think like third or fourth year into the relationship, I was tired. I was not even scared. I was so scared. I was like, how will I break out of this?
You're scared of what? How will I break out?
It was toxic. Forget this whole thing. It was toxic.
What is killing me? How will I break out?
How will I break out of this relationship?
I was planning his escape.
At some point, I started praying. I started praying that God should kill one of us. But then, kill the person who is older than me. Of course, because she has seen 6 years before me. So she should die. I was like, God, just kill one of us.
Let me tell you, part of the reason why God has not had time to answer some of my prayers because there are things like this floating up.
I prayed. I was like, God, please just kill one of us. Kill one of us. Because I felt like that was the only way
out.
I thought death was the only way to...
I don't get it. Did she tell you? That's what I was about to ask.
Know,
did she tell you that you can't break up with her?
I just felt like... So my...
Also, I guess she's now also getting older. By the time you broke up, like you guys ended, she was 30.
See...
What was that like, actually?
No, it was crazy. I felt... So, that's why this movie traumatized me a lot. Acrimony. I'm not joking. Acrimony traumatized. And the funny thing is, when Acrimony came out, I was already done with school. I was already working in Axamansad. And that day, my boss... We had I was in sales.
Yeah.
So we closed a very fantastic deal. So it took us all out to ICM.
Yeah.
I went to see Acrimony.
You were also.
I was so traumatized because by that time we had broken up earlier, but she was still writing to me on Facebook, and that's why I also hate Facebook. I don't have Facebook because she was threatening me. She started with the whole "I made you who you are today. Whatever it is, I'm going to find you." I was scared. I didn't know how to tell anybody. I didn't know what to say to people. I think
people know you guys together.
Oh yes, now people knew now. Even in our church, but some older people, they knew about it, right? They knew.
So because throughout like uni, what on earth?
So because it wasn't 100 level. By
But
that time,
nobody
we're
asking
already.
that guy, what are you doing with this woman?
Well, they were asking. They were asking.
What of
but-
your friends as well?
Oh, my friends, they just played along. They just played. But I knew somewhere in their hearts they wanted to tell me, things about it. But it was crazy. It was a very crazy. I was scared until one day I just wrote back on Facebook and I was like, if you ever send me a message like this, you know the kind of parents that I have. I'm going to make sure I come back to Kaduna and we're going to get you arrested.
Yeah.
And we're going to prosecute you. And that's the last time she ever wrote back to me.
Prosecute.
Yes, we're going to prosecute you. We're going to deal with you. And that was it,
I'm sure your
So
parents
it
are
was
so
a
happy
roller-
when you broke up.
Oh, yes, please. They were really happy. It was a roller coaster from my childhood craziness. I stopped for like 2 years and then now got into, and I promise you, this Agatha case was now, because mind you, the whole madness as a child, my dad never told me to pack out of the house.
Yeah.
But by this time, from 18, so many times. I also dared him to. I told him, if it's short for you, carry my bag and put outside. I will leave this house.
Because you're an only child
You
now,
know,
that you can be flexing.
I'll leave this house and all that. I don't think so. I feel like because I had a balance.
Yeah.
I had a balance, right? There were days where if I'm good, I'm crazily good. I'm insanely good, I promise you. In terms of business, running my mom's shop, I was very good with that, right? Those are the good sides that I don't really talk about. In terms of, I never stole, right? One of the reasons why I also got into troubles a whole lot of times because I was very truthful to them to a fault.
Yeah.
I never lied to them, right? So if they ask me, where were you? I would tell you,
Yeah.
I was with this person and I was doing this. You understand? So even some of the things that I covered, like when I rented old people from the market to go represent them as my parents in school. I confessed to them later. I confessed to them.
What was the problem? Why did you rent?
So in my school, if you jump fence, nobody
Yeah.
flogs you. You would just go and buy 1 block and 1 cement. So I jumped into the school.
Yeah.
When I jumped, I sighted Sergeant Robinson and I jumped out. So that's 2 bags of cement and 2 blocks. And at the time, there was no way I could buy that. So I have to find someone
To buy for you.
Yes, because the other punishment is that your parents will now come.
Yeah.
So I had to go to Talata Market. It's a popular market in.
What did you now do?
I rented 2 people, a man and a woman. I told them
To
that.
be your parents.
Yes, to come and represent me in school. It was a normal thing then.
People were doing
a
it.
lot of us did it.
So,
By the way, I'm
but
not alone in all
Will
of
it
this.
be the same people every time? Obviously, because they have
you have to
believe.
stick to that.
Yeah.
You have to stick to that. You can't
Can't
unless you're
bring
saying
another set.
this
now.
person's your uncle. Or,
Yeah.
Well, I rented those 2 people and then they came and it didn't actually age well because in
It
a
can
very
never
short-
age well.
in a very short time, they caught me. My parents
As in,
had to now come to school for real. And that was when Sergeant Robinson now actually discovered that the people who were coming,
They were not. Those
not
are
my
not your
parents.
parents. Jesus is Lord. Or did you? How much
The-
trouble did you
the
get in
beating-
for that?
the beating I got from that, I still have the marks on my body.
From renting parents?
Yeah,
Yeah.
still have marks on my body.
I do see that. I have to be honest with you. I do see why.
Do you know, like, do you ever think, this is why I was so naughty? Or you don't think you were naughty at all?
No, I actually
Just
knew I knew I was naughty. No, until like misunderstanding. I knew I was naughty because most of the things I did, and that's why I knew I wasn't possessed, right? Most of the things I did them with very clear eyes. And I knew what I was doing at the time. Maybe I was just, like you said, naughty. But there was no special motivation for why I was behaving the way I was behaving. Not like I was starved. Not like I was, before my craziness, my parents never maltreated me. I always say that I had one of the best treatments when it comes to you being a child.
Yeah.
I had freedom. And that's why till today, there are some things you can't joke with, like my freedom. You can't joke with my freedom. Because I had crazy freedom growing up.
Yeah.
Right?
So now
My
it's
mom-
like,
My parents allowed me to do whatever. I had swallow. First time ever in my life, I think 2008 or 2009. That was because my grandmom visited.
yeah.
Because at the time, the only 3 things I ate was rice, spaghetti, bread and tea. These 3 things. So my grandmom was like, what the hell is this? Please bring that this thing. Sit down here and you're going to eat it. And that was, I thought I was going to die, but I ate it. And,
I surely did
no
not
motivation,
die.
no motivation whatsoever. I was just I think now I'm now tilting towards the angle of, because I've seen a lot of people come under my post to write things around ADHD,
Yeah.
neurodivergent. I think I now
Do you
tilt to that.
agree with that?
Yeah, I have to, because I have to find something convenient for why I was behaving like that. So now, so now I literally would tilt towards that.
Yeah.
I'll say, in fact, there's so many times
Yeah,
where,
like this probably was.
yeah, people wanted me to come talk about ADHD, and I'm like, I don't know anything about that, but I think I have ADHD. I am neurodivergent, because one of the persons that wrote under my post was like a doctor, and yes, I think this looked like what was happening to me then. But I just felt like, for most of the time, I just felt like I was restless.
Yeah.
So in my restlessness, I was now.
Are you still mischievous now?
No,
Okay.
but stubborn, yes. Yeah. So there are some things you can't get
You know
out
how
of me.
to be stubborn with Agatha. It's not after.
So that's I don't know how that girl just she swindled me.
For 6
I don't
years.
know. I don't know how that girl got to me.
For 6 years.
She got into my heart, actually.
I'm sure
Your big
I'm sure your mom was just like, God, the only one I have, see what he's doing.
Who did they not report me to? My mom's older sisters, they reported me to her. Her older sister had to come all the way from Asaba, was talking to me. Always remember, you're the only child of a parent. Blah, 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 blah.
Is there pressure from that, being the only child?
Oh, yeah, there's pressure from that.
Like what?
Pressure from they started casually. I didn't like that. From, you're Ogbanji, you're the reason why your parents did not have other kids. In fact, some of them will just jokingly say, in the moment you came out, you closed the womb. Some will say, the moment you came out, you ate every other person.
Oh my
behind.
God.
These are my cousins and my this thing saying it. But when I go to their house, I'll now show them why I'm Ogbanji. I would destroy things and they will send me back to my house, because I was always going to different houses for holidays.
Your parents cannot even get a break.
I think that's the only time.
Saying, are you sure you want to send him to us? Because they heard that you broke one other thing somewhere.
They'll send him back.
Once you hear Junior is coming to her, people will prepare differently, for my coming, because it's crazy. But yeah, there was a lot of pressure from that, and that was why when I said that lady, one of the stories, one of the dilemmas, the way I said she was going to, it might be a very emotional conversation, was because I've also had something like that, because at some point I had to ask my parents, because I had a friend, Isaac. Isaac was like me, an only child.
Yeah.
But I think we were like 7.
Yeah.
Isaac now had a sister. I know. I was like, okay. I was thinking this thing was a normal thing.
Yeah.
To be an only child was normal. Fair.
So I think it was like when I was 14 or so, I asked my parents for the first time that what really happened.
Yeah.
Why
didn't you have other siblings?
Why didn't we have others? And that was one of the most. I think that was the first time where we came together as a family and
to
had
discuss.
a moment. And it was really, really a very emotional day for us. You understand? So it just that my mom couldn't conceive anymore, and it was hard for her. She went everywhere.
Yeah.
She was now telling me times where she even had to travel, because they would tell her there's one. My mom would say it literally that the only thing she did not do to conceive is to eat shit. Or every other thing, I promise you, she was always in different churches. And then some of these mischievous pastors will now find a way to link my stubbornness
to her not having
they will now bring me for
more prayer,
second layer of deliverance. And so there was a lot of pressure actually from that.
Oh, wow.
Mele,
Thank you.
But this was
rough.
fun.
This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
God's
having me.
mercy on your parents. They tried.
man.
No, they're cool. I mean, they're at my house now. They're at my house
So
now.
they shuttle between your house and
Oh yes. Whenever they come, they don't want to go back. You know, they're having a time of their life where, because we always want to ask, what's the relationship like now? Though it's beautiful, you know.
I'm
and
sure they're like,
sometimes,
we got there in the end.
you know, sometimes they see the things that I do. Like last year that I did my event in Rwanda, and then they were seeing the pictures and the videos. And I was like, she was just looking at me with this. So you can't do this. Like you can bring people together and not, because I promise you I was a menace. I was a crazy person.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so
Thank you very much for having
Where
me.
can people find you if they're looking for you?
IG and Twitter. IG, Twitter, LinkedIn.
What are they looking for?
Yeah, just, okay, the handle.
Your handle,
Yeah, Meet JMB. MEETJMB. MEETJMB. So Meet JMB, literally. Same for like everywhere.
Yeah, and that's also for like HR and stuff.
Yes, for HR. So from Meet JMB, you'll definitely find the handle that takes you to my business because it's there on my bio.
All right.
Takes
Thank
to
you
my
so
business and my
much.
events.
Thank you very
I
much.
hope you had a good time.
Oh, yes, I had
This was
a good time.
a lovely one.
Fantastic. So did we?
Yes.
All right, guys. Normal. Like, subscribe,
Follow,
share, do
comment, all them
things.
ones.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, this episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by Carousel Networks. We are your hosts, Fekemi FK Abudu and Jola Jules Ayeye. Our guest today is the one and only Joel Moses Babatunde. Our producer is Debbie Romeo. Our production associate is Oreolua Anibaba. Our social media manager is Remy Oluoli. Our cinematographer is Divine Nabuko. Our audio engineer is David Kenny. And our camera assistant is Abolade Uluyede. This episode of I Said What I Said is sponsored by Smirnoff Ice and Different She Makes.